Today we're in Miami doing a live workshop with our Inner Circle students. My dad is in there working with them, analyzing their businesses, giving them actionable things to do. He's helping them grow their profits, streamline their operations, scale and open up multiple locations. Everybody's in a different situation and everybody needs different advice. We have our Inner Circle students here with us. Let's go into it. We'll see you and give you some of the highlights of the content. Let's go.
And what was the structure before? Like a few months ago before we started?
Before it was the same, but over here was not Dulce. It was no when we started, it was only these days, and that's it.
And Zoe calls them.
Not even Zoe. Zoe was just doing some paperwork, but nothing really important. And after working with you, we hired these. We gave her this role, and we hired these.
Can you write down the salaries of this, and
Yeah.
this?
So it's 1,800 a month.
Mm-hmm.
This is $24 an hour. Zoe makes $600 a month. Luz makes $700 a month, and then Elena, but she will be replaced by Oscar, which is going to be right here. It's $500 a month for Oscar.
Mm-hmm. And from 1 to 5, can you write? 5 is excellent. How do you categorize?
Yes, so just got started over here.
Or better, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. One is my system. 1 is hardworking and results.
Gotcha. So this guy, I'll say he's a number 2 right now. He's just trying to prove himself and it's trying harder. But there's
No, number 2 is lazy, but
oh, that's right. So
but productive.
so
number
no,
3
he's a 3. He's a 3.
3
He's-
is hardworking, but not getting
good result.
not good
He needs
result
coaching.
because coach.
and
Okay.
that's why I'm going back there. Zoe, I'll say Zoe is a 1 right now. She's performing very, very good.
Usually, when I start meeting with the direct report, I start with org chart. He shows me his org chart, salary, and category. So right away, I see. Mhm.
And then Luz is doing very good, but I will still put her as a 3. We're still working with her. It's only like a month and a half so far. And then Dulce, you don't need to tell her anything. I mean, you just tell her what you need done, and she just does it for you. So it's very, very easy, very nice to do.
Mhm. So how long it's gonna take for them to become 1?
I'll say Jeff, I'm gonna start working with him next week. I'm not expecting more than a month for him to become 1.
You see my style of management. I'm just talking. I'm not telling what to do, but I make him realize himself. I made him just now realize that this is 3, and he just realized. He knew it, but he realized more. That's my job, for him to realize himself and to make decision himself what needs to be done. Because I'm coaching coach. I'm not coaching. Coach is a leader, so it's a different. You talk differently to leaders. Leaders have a big ego. You don't tell them what to do. You make them realize by asking questions. And then that's the power of questions. So ask, how long do you think it's gonna take for them to become number 1?
1.
1 month. Now what he feels? Pressure, without me pressuring him. Because he said it himself, 1 month. And after the meeting, he gives himself 1 month. After the meeting, he's gonna start coaching them more, because he realized himself. The role of the coach is more experienced. So I see more than he sees. So my job on the meeting to show him what he doesn't see. Because if he sees what I see, he would do what I would do. If I work with somebody, then he definitely will do if he sees. So I just need to show. So now he sees that. So when I conduct a meeting, two things always in my mind. What he's gonna feel after the meeting. Not even the during obviously, but after the meeting. Whether he's gonna be inspired or not. So my job number one is to inspire him. Number two, clarity. Inspiration and clarity. Clarity is power. If it's clear, he will do it. So you see, I'm by asking him to write the org chart, more clarity. By asking him to put the number 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, more clarity. By asking how long it's gonna take to 3 to become 1, clarity. Maybe next meeting, after this clarity, he will change his mind. Maybe he would realize that it's not 3, it's maybe 4. Because so the more clear, that's how you should. And you all coaches to the coaches. You all coaches to the coach. You don't work with this with the specialists. You work with the managers. Manager is a coach. You have to be coach of the coach. Always remember inspire and clarity. Power of questions. Instead of telling, just ask. So how long it's gonna? If it's 3, it means that he's hardworking, but no results because he is not trained. So you need to train. Next question: what would be how would you train them? Every day? What's the system of training? You gonna train or somebody else will train?
Absolutely. So for this one, I'll be training him directly. I'll be basically at the store with them on the slow days and busy days, just telling him, okay, this is what needs to be done, and this is how we need to keep an eye on these crucial metrics, and this is how you analyze once you have more than 5 deliveries, how to send them, and all those things. And then with Luz, before I had to rush to Seattle, we were on a daily meeting, just on a daily meeting, just seeing just showing her how we do all the things from email marketing to text message marketing, from meta ads to Google PPC, and just connecting the dots. Okay, so you notice once you do this, you have these results, but now you have these data, and you need to do retargeting, and you need to connect with this department. She already has a very good big picture, but she was presenting to me her plan for next month the same way you told us most of them present. It's just like, we're gonna do all these and then just going from one topic to another. And I was like, no, no, no. Just okay, you have all these things. Okay, now just show me the slides of Google PPC. What are you gonna do? What are you gonna accomplish? What's the goal? And she's like, oh,
No, first goal,
oh yeah, sorry.
goal, then result analysis section.
Yes, and where she knows she has to do all those things for each individual marketing line that we have, and then she's gonna present that to me this coming Wednesday. That she was like, give me a week. I need to work on this, get it better, and just figure out what I want from each individual one. Because if not, you're just hiring agencies or doing things blindly, just hoping that they will perform. And right now, she realized,
Do you enjoy working with these people?
yes, I do.
It's very important also to enjoy. So you not only inspire them, you should be inspired after the talking to those people. That's why when I hire somebody, first I see whether I just like talking to this person on a personal level.
Yeah, these one I don't like too much. He complains too much. I just kind of know that I will have to replace him. That's why I'm also moving over there because all this structure is very nice, but these is kind of like the most important out of the structure, you know, because it's the one holding everything together. Is where the money's coming. And yeah, he just complains too much, and it kind of like drains my energy.
Victim mentality.
Correct. It's like, oh, every
Victim.
time, yeah. So
Mhm.
the previous guy I really enjoy working with, but
Bernard, is your GM full time?
yeah,
Is he the only one that's full time?
no. We have multiple guys full time. There's two assistant managers at each location though. We're just waiting for one location to get to 900,000 a year, and then we're gonna split this and have two managers. He's not gonna be. He's gonna manage them because each location. Once we get our location to 900,000 a year subtotal, we're profiting roughly about, I'll say anywhere between 12 to 15%. So it's not too bad. And you can afford having an extra layer of management without killing your your bottom line.
So when I analyze the business, first I analyze business model. Second, leader, business model, org chart, and the vision. What's your vision?
I wanna grow. My vision is for us to have a exit of minimum 100 mil. I just want to grow the company to that level and then sell.
So in order to accomplish valuation 100 million, what has to happen?
So it will have to be in different factors. The way I've been thinking about it, the longest for right now is having three corporate locations in Washington. So I would like to have three corporate locations. So three corp, and then the rest, because we have all the structure over there, it will be, and we have been in Washington, the brand almost 30 years. It will be very easy just to franchise and have a big, very strong presence in Washington because of the model of the commissary kitchen, the spices we just did, and everything, and use that revenue from the franchises. Use the revenue from the franchise in order to go ahead and open new markets. Basically, we want to use this to keep all the management structure, being able to give them new things for the franchisees, have the chef perform things and all that things, and then use this money to open new markets. Same concept, one, two, three locations, and then start franchising in that new market. Because
So you want to just keep 3 locations and then all other locations are
yes,
franchise?
but will be for Washington, right? And then let's say our next option, we will have to make a market study. Will be either Oregon or
Oh, you're talking about this only in Washington.
yes.
So how many locations you see altogether in Washington?
So based on the map that we drew and everything, we could feed up to 35 locations over there, no problem, and have a very strong brand presence for people that move. Because in Washington, people tend to move every year and a half to 2 years. So we want to make sure we have something everywhere they move. Very strong brand presence.
Why only 3? Why you don't want to open all this 335 yourself?
Why I don't want to open all the 35 myself? It's just lack. I won't say confidence. I don't know. I don't know. I've never asked myself that question. I'll be lying. I don't know. I think
Usually people start franchise model when they're not confident in management.
I'm not confident.
But
in
but
management
but you
right
but you're learning.
Yes.
You're learning management, so it's better to open your own location. I mean, could be both.
Be a mix of both.
Could be mixed. If somebody wants to buy from the area that you are not planning to open in the next whatever 3 years, then sell.
I see what you're saying.
But identify at least 10 best cities
That you want
and
to-
do it yourself.
Because right now, yeah, because right now there was somebody that wanted to get a franchise from ours for Lacey, but Lacey is a very good market. I can see a store easily making 1.1 over there just by opening one.
No, best location, keep for yourself.
Okay.
Usually, most of the entrepreneurs have the problem with management.
Yes, that's why franchise sounds.
That's why they all try to go to franchise model. To manage, they're afraid, so they keep the brand and sell. But if you become more and more strong in management, then your main focus is your own stores. In addition to that, you can
Which we will just need to raise capital for.
the small cities that you don't see the big potential, sell. Somebody lives there in this small city and needs a business, so he's gonna be there, can sell. But major, top 10, top 15, major, keep it.
Okay.
Because you're very talented also as a manager. Quick.
Okay.
So
To just keep them, yeah, because
you would be able to manage any size of organization.
yeah, because right now with the work she's doing, second location is going up. We're thinking to have some revenue for the first location, go to the second one to hit the target, and then we're gonna have a very two solid locations, and then just add. These guys will have two managers, which are gonna it will be easier to manage, and then the GM can manage up to three locations, no problem, with managers at each location. So if somebody leaves, he goes down. No, not me going down. And then if I work with him, not him, but somebody else, he's gonna be the one teaching them and doing all the things.
The bigger organization becomes, the easier to
Easier.
replace.
Yeah.
Manage and replace.
Yeah.
Because you have more bench.
And right now, I realize managers on average last about 2 to 4 years. Because I felt very, I will say hurt to a certain extent that these guys said left. But then after talking with some other guys that have a lot of restaurants and stuff, I realized they last on average 2 to 4 years. Or maybe.
Depends how you manage. What's the system? If they're not enjoying, then burn out. If they're enjoying, they can stay for managers with Buffett staying for 40, 50, 60 years. Nobody is leaving because he treats them correctly. I mean, obviously you cannot, if you're not enjoying more than 2-3 years, you just can't.
We have three that worked with us for 10 years, and then they just finally got their big girl.
I have people working with me more than 10 years, many, many people.
Yeah, because this guy was working for us for a long time, almost 3 years. Then the moment we started doing the 7 steps, not even 2 sessions. That was it.
You're better off.
Yeah.
So
So
for our managers, when I gave them the 7 steps, we gave them more clarity to actually do their job better. So it was a
yeah,
for them.
that's why. That's
Two
what-
type of people. Either they love it or hate it. There's nothing in between. This system is either they love it because it gives them more clarity, or they hate it because it shows that they're not doing anything.
Yeah. So yeah, I believe we have a very solid component, and it will be very easy for us to raise money to open the third location. And our concept, we already priced it out, cost about 180 to build. We get sales to 90. It's gonna pay off in less than in about 2 years.
How old are you?
27.
The most important for you is not to rush. You want to know how I think about business? I'm 55. In my mind, I have 45 years to, I mean, obviously only God knows, but your intent and because my teacher is 95 and another teacher, Charlie Munger, just died, 99. So in my mind, I have, I'm 55, so up until 100, 45 years, and you 27, and also 100 minus 27, 77. Perspective is very important. Perspective. When you have this, if you have the 70, you
Yeah, it is 73. I was right.
73. Sorry, for you it's you 21. For you it's 89, 79. Right.
We got a long way to go.
This is perspective. When you think this way, you become calm, and you know that you're running the marathon. You don't run very fast. You run smart. It's a long distance.
Yeah.
73, right? 73 years. Can you imagine what you can build in 73 years? How many billions if you work smart, don't make mistakes like I made. I didn't have a teacher.
I would say that, I don't want to reach success when I'm 70 or when I'm 60. What do you say to somebody who says, okay, well, I want,
What's success for you?
well, there's many levels of success. I think the most important,
Success never enough, right?
well, yes, there's financial success, there's happiness and time, right? Time is our most valuable asset. It's not money. Time is our most valuable asset because you can't get it back. Money, you make more money. So I guess I would say the ultimate form of success is owning your own time. As business owners, we have that luxury.
Freedom to do what we want.
But of course, that ties into financial success. You can have all the time in the world, but if you have no money, then what good is it? Right?
Then if you don't have money, you're not free.
Some people are. They just do nothing and they're okay with
No, for us.
for us. Yeah. So I guess, for me, my mindset is gotta happen now. Maybe I'm wrong. I don't know. But it's just how I think.
Just sharing my experience. I'm like that. I also was like that. Now, you make more mistakes.
Sometimes your outlook on life will change. I wanted to, keep going, be a billionaire, big dreams. And then last year I had heart surgery, and it really makes you think about your own mortality and how much time you have left. And all of a sudden, maybe I don't need to reach $1 billion. I'm happier with much less. Maybe I don't want to work 80, 100-hour weeks anymore. It's so sometimes things happen and it changes your entire perspective on life. And now certain different things become more important. And so maybe right now you think you have some number you think you have to reach, but maybe in a couple of years you are now happier with something completely different, but you're not focused on that end. You never know.
I think that your happiness can't come from money, right? It's the sport of business. It's the passion that drives you, and it's all at the end of the day, it's just a game, right? Whether you make money or you don't, it's the process. It's the journey, and just I think as entrepreneurs, we always want to achieve the goal, and at any point, I think it's an interesting thing how you see time and your perspective on time.
Success is very dangerous if you think not in the right way, because it's a comparison. You start to there's always somebody more talented. So Zuckerberg, 21, made billion. He was a billionaire already. So if you compare to with other people, you will always, you can be successful, but you would always look at yourself as not successful because you're comparing to somebody is even more successful than you. That's why for me success is competing with myself, not with anybody. So, and I can be successful every day if I go to sleep a little bit smarter than I woke up. Then I'm successful. I'm better at night than I was in the morning. So I'm competing with myself. And so for me, the definition of success is I become better and better and better and better and better. And whatever result will be, who knows, billion, million, as long as I have health, family, work that I love, and enough money. But I think we all have enough money.
I have to say that, peace, right? Going to sleep, when you put your head on the pillow, you want to not worry much. So I think, especially for a lot of early entrepreneurs that are building businesses, I think the first step is getting to uh, a space where you're safe, right? The safe that your business is consistent enough and that the structure is strong. Especially early on, we worry about that. Like, hey, it could all just be gone tomorrow. If we have 1, 2 locations, whatever, if it keeps declining. So, I think my first phase of like where I want to be is like I'm so confident in the strength of my business. I can't say that we're necessarily there yet, although we have good months and good times, and it looks good and it's all very promising. But I think the first part for me is going to be about feeling very confident in the strength of it.
Foundation is very important.
Yeah, I will add that foundation is, that will say, the most important of it, and it costs the most at the beginning. Because when my previous GM left, couldn't even sleep for like 2 days. And I was like,
That's
God damn, I live in Oklahoma now. I have it was just too much. It was just too much. One decision, it was just too much. So now,
But you grew.
yeah, yes.
So you
Yes.
became more successful because you're more experienced.
And then in order to go to more locations without having the proper financial like pulse, knowing numbers very well at heart and having the right accounting system, it will also make you fail faster than actually helping you grow or maintain. Because that's why we're doing a lot of changes, because I believe in the US right now, once you get to like a 5 million plus, you have to go from cash basis to accrual basis. You have to have the right accounting software in order to do those things. And Wesley's about to hit that milestone, so you will realize very quick that you have to keep things a little bit different and organized and more structure, some more people, and sometimes less profit. Like you mentioned at the beginning, to go past that, it's just
Growing.
very easy. Yeah, yeah. Because right now we're also doing that change from cash basis to accrual, doing restaurant 365, managing the inventory better. Because we know we want to be at multiple locations. I just did not trust my management system yet, and that thing just basically broke my spirit. But now I got it back again.
From 0 to 10, how much you enjoy the process every day? What you do right now?
10. The only time it was a 0 or like 1 is whenever I had to leave my wife and my kid behind. When I had to go from Oklahoma to over there, and now I gotta go back to train these guys. That's the only part I don't enjoy. That's why we're putting everything for rental.
How do you spend your day? Typical day.
Day
No.
I wake up. By the time I wake up, I spend some time with my wife and my kid. Then right after that, I go ahead and check Zoe's report and also the report from Oscar to see the financial health of the business and then to see the 7 steps of the call center. After that, normally I connect with Luz to check what we're doing and just basically coach her, just coach daily coaching on, okay, so you see this result generated this, and maybe spend 30-40 minutes with her.
Sorry into interruption. Also, I work with my managers the same way. I like group. Many managers together. I work with one, and everybody is listening and learning because it's the same thing for everybody. For example, you learning now no less than him. So I do the same with managers. Now you're already thinking about your organizational chart. I'm talking, and it's very, very effective and productive because I work with you, then I work with next manager, and next manager already it takes 5 minutes what it took 30 minutes. It takes 5 minutes because they already did that. So it's like a group coaching. You have to individually coach and group coach your coaches, and your intent on the meet should be not a meeting. It's like a lesson. You have to see yourself as a teacher on each meeting, because meeting, it could be just exchange of information, but that's not enough. The main goal is to teach. What's teaching is bringing somebody to the next level, higher. So after this 30 minutes or 1 hour, she's on the next level. In order to bring to the next level, you have to teach. So you have to see yourself as a teacher and meeting as a lesson.
So
And how you teach? By asking question and giving them clarity to see what they didn't see before. They ask question, what was this yesterday? This. What was this yesterday? Become clear, more clarity in their mind. Once it's clear, it's very easy to decide what needs to be done. Most of our mistakes we make because it's not clear. So you have more clarity now.
I do.
What's not clear right now? What's your biggest doubts right now?
It's I need to figure out a better HR, basically HR for hiring and onboarding and training. Those are my 3 biggest hurdle in order to go from 2 to 3, and we're working on that, and that's why.
And HR, how do you want to do it?
That's the one thing, is I'm unsure on how to do that right now.
I don't like the word HR. It's too fancy. I like the word recruiting. I need somebody who helped me to recruit. Lately, I use outside recruiters, not even in-house. Just pay for the result. And anyway, they're just giving me the candidate. They're not deciding. Their job is to give me qualified candidates, like leads in marketing. So you just have to find, and you can work with few. Hire in-house, you hire one. If you work with agencies, you tell few agencies I need, and you pay just by result. Yeah. But you need these people. Again, you said you need HR. Why I think it's a mistake? Because you don't need a recruiter, because you have your team. Who needs people? He needs people.
Yes.
So he has to find recruiter, not you.
I see.
Do I look for girlfriend for Ilan? No, he looks for himself. I'm his father. I mean, you his father, and he needs people. So he needs to never try to be like babysit too much. You just show him clearly that he needs people. If he doesn't have clarity how to find the people, you give him clarity that recruiter. Maybe you even give him the recruiter. If somebody in my team needs people and doesn't know where, I'm just give them the recruiter. You need girlfriend, so you have to find a girlfriend, not me for you. Don't babysit too much.
I see. Okay. That's something I can definitely do. Yeah. So then, in reality,
That's why for the last maybe 10, almost already 10 years, I try to work without HR. First 15 years in business, 10, 15 years, my biggest role model was Jack Welch. He's a big proponent of HR. So in the beginning, then I changed.
then my only question when doing these a little bit bigger and at scale will be, since our model, say for instance, in the morning we only need one guy, maximum two, depending on business, to thrive. About the breaks and all the laws regarding all that would be something I will have to try to figure out as we grow to avoid any LNI claims and stuff like that, because people are not getting breaks. I know Domino's does it a certain way. I have to look into how they do it because they operate very similar to myself. Just have to figure that out. But
What's a more comfortable structure for you, to manage directly for people or have operation officer here and work with him? Because there are two types of entrepreneurs.
Yeah.
If you're a manager, I never allow manager to have a one direct report. Professional manager needs to have many people, to 10 people under. But entrepreneur, if he like I recommended guys,
Yeah.
might have the structure of here operational officer, and operational officer work with a team, and you work with one person. For you, by the way, with your personality, it might be also a right way. You just need to know. Sometimes when I feel that I'm in a mood of like heavy management, I work directly. But when I'm in a mood being more strategic, only strategic, I hire operational director who's like managing meetings with the team. So on those meetings or listening, recording, and then giving feedback, ideas. But I just throw the ideas to him, and he's executing with the team. It's like a president and prime minister. President more in external, and prime minister is managing all the ministers.
You're right. That's smart. How I handle it with my restaurant. Also, I just basically deal with one person for the most part, and then occasionally, if I'm in the mood, I will, dive into some other conversations with other people. But for the most part, it's just how I like to have one person, and then work with that one person.
So in business, there's only two things: strategy and operation. So some CEO or some entrepreneurs, they only like strategy. What to do, and they don't want to be in the operation. So if you like that, then you have to have operation officer between you and the team. If you like both, if you like a strategy anyway, there is no one else. You decide all the time where the ship is going. Strategy is where the ship is going. And if you feel that you're in the mood to manage many people, you manage many people. But always remember that you have two options. As a founder, only a founder can do that. Manager, I'm not allowing. If the CEO is a manager, I would not allow him to manage just through one person, because manager has to do operations.
I do want to do. That's why I even ask you on the group, because I believe this is going to be very good for me. But we will need to have three store income to be able to afford it. So we're that's why I want to go back.
So here's the two things: is preference, what you prefer, and whether you can afford it or not.
Yeah.
If you prefer this way, but you cannot afford, you need to for right
Yeah.
now. But for the future, you have to
already,
know that.
because I already have a guy that I really would like.
Oh, sorry. Also, another way sometimes I do it. I manage directly my direct reports, but I have very strong assistant. I don't call him chief operation officer, but he is operational assistant. He is always with me on the meetings. So we brainstorm, then I go to do something else, and he is more detail oriented and working with them. He's working with them, with this manager, to implement what I said. You can call him also operational director, but when you hire him, tell him that you helping me. You're not managing them. You are helping me. I'm managing them. You helping me to manage them. So he clearly understands his role. It's like in music. You have a melody, and then you have arrangement. So I'm, as an entrepreneur, the most important is melody. So I come to the meeting, I give the most important, and then for 2-3 hours they details. I don't like these details. They can do it without me. So I have this operational guy who is on my behalf, and then I come 3 days later and I see what they did. And his job, he knows that for the next meeting, he's like helping him to prepare for the next meeting the way I said, the way I want. I'm giving you different,
Yes.
so you have too many tools in your pocket. So you can do this, you can do like this, you can directly, you can have a strong CEO and not working directly with them, only discuss everything with this person, or this CEO could be like assistant. You head coach, you have assistant coach. You head coach, you coach directly players, but you have assistant coach. You give assignment, you leave assistant coach with you like this.
Hey, Bernard, you mentioned Domino's. Interested to know if I remember correctly, they have around 5,500 locations. About 95% of those are franchised.
Yes.
They do. I think it's like a 5.5% royalty and 6% marketing fee. The Domino's Corporation owns the entire supply chain, and so basically their core business model is as a marketing company. a logistics company to all the franchisees.
Yeah. That's why that was another reason why I was thinking about franchise. Cause like put it in perspective. Domino's started that way, then franchise, then McDonald's. When they make their most money is not on owning or operating some of the stores. The same for Burger King. Most of the money they make is from franchisees, right? And then like Everbowl started with 18 locations and sold all of them to individual franchisees. And 2 years later, he's almost at 100 locations, all through franchise. He just managed the corporate. And another thing that I noticed as well is that franchises, franchisees that own 100 or more, I see them primarily overseas in different countries, in like Latin American countries. I know the families of, for example, the Capatis, they own over 700 restaurants, right? Between several brands, Dunkin' Donuts, Burger King, and everything. But over there, people don't leave because they know if they leave, it's not as easy to find another job. Or even if you pay them $700 a month, they leave that job. It's a very likelihood that you're not going to find something with that or as fast as you would like. So they tend to stay longer, which at the end of the day, the specialties or the workforce is what makes you to be able to be big enough or not. So that was my other thinking as well behind the franchise. The three corporate just to sustain enough cash flow and then just grow through franchise model because at this point we have all the supply chains ready to go. They only need to assemble. If they only assemble, control the times, which we already have all the things on how to do it and how to track it, and then control the quality, which we only have to make sure which the quality will be controlled using Restaurant 365. Because once you do your inventory, we know if you're over topping pizzas or under topping pizzas. And if you're under topping pizzas, is a big problem because then it's going to be a different experience at each location. That's why that software, even though it costs almost $800 a month per location, it's very important for us. Either way we want to go, either with our own or with franchise. So the quality and then the speed.
Always remember that you have three, not two options, three. Own locations, franchise, and both. Because when you start thinking that you have two, you can do both.
But then
You can start franchise, put one guy in charge, and he starts selling franchise, and you can open your locations.
but then the question will be if we do that, Abby, then the question will be more like how do we want to do the structure then because we will have corporate over here and then each individual locations, right? But then in order to have optimal food costs for us to have a better ROI, we we won't need to be charging the 2-3% that we will be sending to corporate. Because for instance, I will be charging 30 cents per pound of pepperoni and maybe 20 cents per pound of cheese and $1 per dough tray. Which yeah, I might charge you only 4% royalty and 1.5 for marketing, but then I'm also getting roughly
You're talking about corporate or franchise?
on all of them because
So you have 100 locations, 70 franchise, 30 corporate.
yeah,
But treat those corporate like their franchise. Just corporation owns them.
yeah. So we still be able do we still
The same,
charge
the
treat them
same.
the same?
Charge everything the same.
Okay, charge everything the same.
So this is the corporation.
Correct.
This is also corporate.
Yeah.
But you personally the owner of those. and you pay franchise to the corporation fee.
I see.
And this is you also the owner here. Or can be different ownership structure. Here you can be 50-50 with somebody or whatever. Here can be one core structure, here is another structure. Can be public company, and this can be your own.
So still do all these things and still track the ROI based on that. Okay. Got it.
Yeah, let them all pay royalties.
On food, on marketing, on everything.
Or this is the ABC main company, and this is also owner ABC. Here's the owner, Mr. Smith, pays 5% royalty. ABC, the same ownership, but they also pay here 5%. It's two different companies.
I see. Okay. And if we get the marketing over there, do we still try to deploy marketing to where we're gonna have the most impact on the P&L?
But each store pays for the marketing.
Yes. Because
You have a corporate marketing and local marketing.
yeah.
So the corporate do the marketing for all stores, but local marketing is doing the marketing for this location.
Yeah, because that's what I was thinking. Just charge like 1.5% of sales for us to generate all the things that they will need and have all the structure, but they will have to determine their own budget on how much they want to spend on ads and retargeting and all that.
Each store pays fixed to the main office for global market.
Okay. So not percentage of fixed amount.
No, percentage,
Okay.
fixed percent.
So in that case, we
Yeah,
might
you-
have to go higher than
Whatever you decide. Some companies pay 5%, 4%. You see how the other goes here for the marketing. But on the store level, they have also marketing budget for local market.
But who's responsible for that? The owner of that particular location?
Here also you have that's how I do it. I give them a choice. Not on the store level, but on the level of let's say 10 stores or 15 stores. Here is the manager, operational manager, regional manager for 15 restaurants. I have in-house marketing agency. In-house only for us. So I like to give choice always. There is no monopoly. Not only one way. Either you hire yourself for your 15 restaurant marketing and do local marketing, or the corporation have inside here the marketing agents. Treat them as a separate company. So make a deal, agree on the price. Good for you. Whatever you need, they will do it for you. What they're doing for all 100 stores.
Yeah.
But I never tell them that's the only way. You must work with this. Because if I tell them that you must work with them, they always complain. And I give them a choice. Okay, don't like them, do it, hire yourself. When I give them a choice, they choose the marketing agency. When I don't give them a choice, they still work with the marketing agency, but they always complain. Better, do it better. But this is for the bigger company.
Yeah. Yeah. Okay.
But always remember, monopoly is bad. I have even couple of legal departments in my company, not one, couple. So when the regional director needs some kind of legal work, we have couple of legal departments they choose, so they compete. If I have one legal department, bureaucracy, everybody is not happy. When they're competing, legal teams. So you as a regional director of 10 or 15 stores, you have couple of options. Whoever is doing better, you go to them. So there,
I see. Okay.
in sales, it's you have salespeople. It's easy because you have many salespeople and sales teams. If you grow, when you grow, so there is no monopoly. But in legal, in finance,
Okay.
so with marketing also give them a choice.
Yeah, like the 1.5, we do everything for you, but you pay your own ads, or you do 5 or 6%.
And this is like two. This is agency works for local marketing, but this budget for national marketing, it's a different people working on the national market.
Yeah.
These people work inside of the main company. They work with the fixed budget, not fixed percent.
Yes.
But this agency is separate. They only work if they're hiring them to do the local.
It's a local task.
But in my experience, when I created this because I saw that they're always complaining. I'm demanding the numbers and then saying that we cannot hit the numbers because not doing good job. And one day I came to this idea of do it yourself. If you don't like it, hire. You have 15 restaurants, hire marketing. If you can do it better. No. They stop complaining and that's it. Still will choose because here's professional people. And the price is not expensive because it's with no markup. And they're working and they have experience with 100 restaurants.
Yeah.
So when you give people a choice, they stop complaining. It's exactly the same happened with HR. That's why I stopped using HR. When I had centralized HRs like everybody is teaching, I'm a CEO, he's my team, he's HR. So he needs people, goes to HR. I go to him and ask, why such a bad result? Because HR didn't give me the people. Always blaming. And one day I said, of HR anymore. Responsibility to find people for yourself. This you need it. The job of the manager, number one, is to find the people. That's the most important. How can you play the game if you don't have team players? If you're a coach, you have to find players. But how can I find myself? Okay, I give you. You can use recruiter, pay to the group. Anyway, we used to have this expense. That's it. No, there was no complaints after that. That's why I don't like HRs.
Okay, so I believe I'm very clear on what I got to do. Thank you.
Okay. Tell us about from Z to A. From Z to A, year from now, what do you wanna have, and do you have clarity of how to do it?
So
Guys, let's sorry. We'll after that we'll go and sit and talk, discuss it. I asked Wesley from Z to A, year from now, what he wants to accomplish, and does he have a clarity how to do it with organizational structure, and because everything starts, the clarity is the most important. If it's clear, if you see, you do. All mistakes we make because it's not clear.
so 12 months from now, I total of 20 locations, and from Z to A, we are, or I am trying to think of ways to make it possible in terms of needed capital, the team, and those are the two main focus for me of like the model of how much money do we need? Can we decrease the amount of money we need so we can either move faster and have the right team to be able to handle that growth within that time?
So capital and team management. Okay, how much capital? Worst scenario. We need to start with, because I always play this game with my team. I say, let's imagine that 1 year, this is our goal, to open 20 restaurants. Let's imagine if we will not do it, aliens will come and kill us all. We play this game. So what we need to do in order not to be killed, for sure. And we create a plan for sure how to do it. This is like exercise, burning the bridges. Just let's imagine that we will be killed if we need to do it. So we start with the worst scenario, margin of safety.
So the worst case for 20 locations.
Well, you have 3.
So let's go with 8.
He has 2 right now and opening third one.
So worst is 18. Worst case scenario is 1,080,000.
1 million. Okay, so this is the capital. Could be much less if
We decrease burn and decrease invested capital with equipment financing for that. So best case scenario.
Are you able to get bulk inventory from overseas?
That's not really a
Not inventory, equipment.
yes, I think so.
Storage, because tariffs are going up too.
So yeah, that aside, yeah, with financing near about 13. So best case scenario, 243,000.
250, from 250 to million. But in order to do it for sure, we need to 1 million. Okay, as far as management, how the structure should look with 20 locations.
So 20 locations. So so and so that's
It's operation, marketing, finance.
and new business development or new build.
Yeah. Development director. Okay.
So like,
Built out.
The person who is responsible, in order to scale that fast, you have to have dedicated person with only responsibility to find location, to open, and then give it to operations. Well, what did
Ours is not really a traditional sense because we
yeah.
okay. How it's supposed to look here, deeper?
with 20 locations. This would be
So what M3 has to do all day is to improve his or her business intellect, I call. This is a lot of things that I talk about. It's improving business intellect. You understanding how to build business better.
so
The
operation.
better your intellect, the faster the company grows, because you just know what to do. mistakes you make, and you just know what's the next step, and you can do it faster. The higher intellect I'm like a race driver. You just can do it better. I did 700 location in 6 years but I was 47 when I started. I had enough intellect to do it fast.
Yeah.
So this is regional, right?
Mhm.
10 kitchen each.
Yep.
This is M2.
M2.
So this is he's M3.
Right.
M2. Each location M1. Mm-hmm. So now you have Anna.
Mhm.
She could M3.
Mhm.
She can to M3. Marketing guy, I don't know
Mhm.
whether he can. What's your opinion?
I think he can. We used up the budget for influencers for the week, and he took the initiative to say, okay, I want to manage or figure out how to manage the advertising on the sponsor, and I let him take over, and he analyzed the situation and was able to reduce the percentage spend
Mhm.
by doing so. So without much direction.
He is now reporting to you directly.
Right.
Does he write report?
He gives me reports of like the results of more like a M.
Ask him to analyze.
Mhm.
First of all, it's going to be easier for you.
Mhm.
Second of all, it will teach him just by analyzing, he will grow all the time. And plus, you will read his analysis
Mhm.
and read and give him voice or
So since he's not like a manager, what kind of reports on results that he's getting?
RAA report.
Okay.
Result, analysis, action.
Mhm.
What kind of metrics the most important for him?
For him, cost per impression,
Write it down. Top 3 metrics
CP.
that you'd like to get RAA report.
So
What's
for cost per impression for
cost per impression and this?
for sponsored listing on the platform.
Okay, so you decide with him 3, 4, 5 metrics.
Mhm.
Most important. He's supposed to write result, analysis, action for each metric.
Okay.
He will do it.
Well,
That's it.
no.
Because if you see results, first of all, you don't know what he thinks about
Mhm.
those results. In order for you to understand what he thinks about, you need to have a meetings.
Mhm.
You need to try to have as little meetings as possible. Only when it's absolutely necessary. I could not teach you this by writing you voicemails that's why it needed. But 90% of things can be done in writing, in chats, yes.
Or we didn't get rid of metrics, we should add on.
You think it's not necessary anymore? If it's not important, you but usually I add metrics because I that's, by the way, the job. This is the job of the top management to decide what's to measure, what's something new to measure.
Metrics, just weekly, daily, monthly, so that they can have different metrics for different times and you don't need them on a routine basis. I think that was.
You see, my philosophy is again, business is a sport. We have game every day, so I need to manage day each day. I manage each day. So weekly, yes, weekly I see weekly, monthly, yes. But management has to be done daily. Analyzing the yesterday's numbers. What do you mean? Every metric that you have, you could measure daily, weekly, monthly, yearly. Sales is a metric.
What doesn't click for me is like if sales is up and down and is so weather dependent, what can we write about the report besides that it's weather dependent? It's really-
Whatever. If there is nothing to write, you said, I don't know.
'Cause, like,
But I want to make sure that the person who is responsible for the metric, I want to know what he thinks or she thinks about this number.
yeah, because you mentioned like how Valentine's is like one of the busiest days. Like, how do we pinpoint that Valentine's is actually or like what our busiest day of the year is?
No. First of all, we have a goal for each day. Even if it's a biggest holiday, I know the last year how much we did in this store. So we have a goal for this day. Then we have a result for this day. Goal result. Let's say it's 20% less. So I wanna read what the manager thinks about this. Is it excellent, good, bad, or terrible? If it's good, why not excellent? So this is it's forces you to. It's like ChatGPT reverse. You ask the ChatGPT question, it gives you an answer. But this my system asks you the question and you must answer. ChatGPT, anything you ask would give you an answer. But this is reverse. It's what was the plan for the day? 100. What is the fact? The system asks you a question. Next question. What do you think about this number? Is it excellent, good, bad? Why? Next question. Forces you to think. I don't know. Okay, I'm as an M2, I want to read this that you don't know. Then I get involved. If you don't know. But how will I find out that you don't know?
Or figure out how to guide them.
You can write, I don't know, I need help. The sales 20% down, I don't know what to do. Then M2 get involved, M3 get involved, and everybody gets involved. So here I don't see. My opinion that you would be able to do it. Here you would be able to do it. Finance also, you know what to do. This person you don't need it right now, but after 3, 4, 5 location, probably if you will 100% decide to open 20, because now you're not 100% sure because you want to see how the third location and fourth location will work. But after third and fourth, if they're as successful, yes, it 100% you need to open 20. Then you need to start looking for this person. Yeah. So this is the clarity. The more the clarity is power. One of my favorite saying, clarity is power. All we need is power. Where to take power? By gaining clarity. So you feel by having this clarity, you have more power. So this is the role of higher manager. Again, M2 to M1 supposed to give more clarity. Then he empowers the M1 because he gives clarity to M1 and M1 becomes more powerful. M3 to M2. I'm coaching coaches, so I'm giving you more clarity. You become more powerful. Very simple. I have like basic sayings, most important saying. This is my corporate culture. Number one, what you cannot measure, you cannot manage. And I always repeat, and I remember when we had office, we were like posters in the office. What we cannot measure, we cannot manage. So measurement is the most important. Everything starts with measurement. Measurement is not everything. We start with measurement. Then we analyze and then we decide. Clarity is power. This is another saying. To me, this is corporate culture. When everybody believes in the business is a sport. I don't want to work with people who doesn't think that business is a sport. If I believe, and my top team believe, it becomes our culture, which we start to attract people. Business is intellectual sport, like chess. Intellectual sport. Because if we believe that business is a sport, then we treat everybody, if not performing, we are putting somebody else. Some people believe that business is a family. Business is, for me, is not family, it's a sport. Maradona and is not playing in, no matter how famous you are, you're not playing if you're not as good as others. But he is as good. LeBron? He is not good?
He's only in the NBA because of his dad.
Really? So if you ask me what's a corporate culture, a corporate culture is a bunch of beliefs of the owner, and then he starts to attract the people who also believe in those principles. Also, part of my corporate culture is, I call it business crime. I have two business crimes. We all know in our company what's the crime. There is a mistake and there is a crime. Mistake is fine, but what's crime? Crime is not correct information. This is crime. If you come to me with a report and it says 20, but in reality it's 23 or 18, I get so mad. This is crime. Mistake in information, it's crime. Because based on the numbers, I make decision. If there is a wrong number, I make wrong decision.
When is it okay to guess the number or not? When is it okay to guess the number versus having the right number every time?
Some numbers are exact. Some numbers are subjective. For example, from 0 to 5. This is subjective. But financial numbers, they are not subjective. The projections are subjective. Plans, projections, it's subjective. It's not crime. It's not crime. the numbers about the past, wrong numbers about the past, this is crime for me. What do I mean by crime? People know that this is serious. It's better not to make those mistakes in our company. Why? I explain why. Because I tell the story. Before 20 years ago, I was building a big company, and my accountant brought me the report. And based on the report, I said, we need to fire these 20 people. And I already gave the order to fire the 20 people. 30 minutes later, 20, 30, whatever, 1 hour later, the accountant came. Sorry, I made a mistake in the formula. And I look at the report and there's no need to fire these 20 people. So thanks God nobody told them that you fired. Just fucking one mistake in the formula. Because you make it on the high level, you don't talk to people. You make decisions based on numbers. So this is crime. First crime. Second crime, 2 crimes. Second crime is when we made an agreement to do something. Because everything is business in my corporate culture and my philosophy is based on the agreements. I'm not telling you what to do. Nobody's tell what to do. We make an agreement. I'm gonna pay you this, you're gonna do this. Agree? Yes. We have agreement. No orders. It's agreement. Everything based on agreement. So we agreed with you to meet at 6 o'clock somewhere. I came, you didn't show up. That's a crime. If you wrote me 1 hour before, sorry, I cannot make it. Let's do it at 7. Not a crime. But when 2 people agree and one didn't do and didn't tell before, that's a crime. This is very, very important because everything is like all operation is hundreds of agreements. All business process is agreement. Every business process, every day, 9 o'clock, you come to work. This is agreement. So if you didn't tell us before 10 minutes, half an hour that you will not come, that's a crime. But people, that's a corporate culture. I'm giving you an example of culture. And every founder needs to decide what's crime for him, what's acceptable, what's not acceptable, and what he believes. I believe in that business is a sport. I believe that what we cannot measure, we cannot manage. I believe that clarity is power and many, many other things. And this is what's acceptable. Mistake is, sometimes I celebrate mistake. I call it, the business is always fuck up and then you create the process. Fuck up and you create the process. So when they fuck up, I celebrate. Because fuck up anyway will happen all the time. But we need to create the process so it will not happen again. New process. Process is something that you do periodically. Every day, every week, once a week, whatever. 95% of all the business is, 95% all the tasks in business is the process that you create. And it's every day somebody sending you report at 11 o'clock, 5 days a week. This is the process. So, but all processes, they are created after sort of fuck up. Mistake, then you start thinking how to, what to do not happen again. And the process is born.
An example of that is like my managers came to me and they're like, one of the locations, we lost a bunch of staff. They all left, whatever. And they're like, we're really in a bad place. And I'm like, it's great. Like we get to see our process now. Like, how are you hiring new staff? How are you onboarding new people? How efficient can we be? Because this determines whether or not we can grow, right? Because if we have a problem every time staff leaves us, then we have a bigger problem than we think. But to your point, it's the testing the process, and like being in a bad place allows you to test yourself and how you handle it. And we started the new software with Jolt and everything. And I'm like, oh, we lost a bunch of people. I'm like, oh, this is great. We get to interview new people, bring on new staff, and I just look at it from like that perspective, and they see it from me, and they're like, okay, let's do it.
What else I believe? I believe that the billion-dollar company, it's right business model plus excellent management. Model plus excellent management equals billion-dollar company. Very simple. If you have excellent management and the wrong model, nothing. If you have excellent model and terrible or even okay management, you cannot make a billion-dollar company. You need just two things.
I do find the reports helpful where like we're not sitting in like 2 to 3 hour meetings and just feeling so drained. A lot of times where the opportunities of meetings are just going in circles with no solutions. So I feel like having the reports, the 7 steps is very, very straightforward, no BS, and everyone can follow along with the clarity that they need. Because the issue that we're having right now is we're trying to redo our shift and team lead training manual and checklist, and they've been on this for weeks and months with no improvement, and it's driving. Don't want to be part of it, but I don't know how to guide them the right way to finish this project. So I will try like to implement maybe the 7 step in the RA to see if it could help them, because they don't even know which platform to put it. Right now we put it on Google Docs. Then my sister was like, let's move to spreadsheet. But then in my opinion, I feel like jokes or like a MLS, a management learning system, is best for it because it's just so much to teach a manager in such a short period of time. And it's just all words on a piece of paper, just like numbers on a piece of paper. So like a lot, like our main staff is all college students. They don't want to learn these things. Their priority is being a student first, and it's not a full-time job. It's not a career that they want to go into when it comes to the management with low pay with lots of responsibilities. So I'm just trying to break that barrier and make it as simple as possible for them. But then when you open these documents, they're like 10 pages long, and I'm like, just keep it as simple as possible. So it'll be interesting to see how the 7 steps and the RA will help with the training process, because the training is just
What's the goal of improving the training system?
just so that there's nothing left out. Like, if you need to just the KPIs, like it's so important for everyone to understand the labor cost of how to staff. Here it just feels like, oh, you guys are overstaffed. But then how do we correct those measures? Like we just don't have those systems in place in the processes. And everyone's just scheduling to schedule. A lot of the team members are like, oh, I don't want to work alone. So then one of our managers sides with the staff. So then she puts 2 people on shift. And then we're explaining we don't have the funds to keep. Just to have partnership or like companionship for the staff to work together because they feel lonely or something. That's not my problem. So it's this new generation that we're dealing with right now. So I would love to like kind of exit the whole team and get higher, better paying people to actually do what they're asking instead of babysitting.
I asked that because we went on a route of improving training too, right? Our goal was to reduce replacement costs.
Like you mean training period? Because training costs a lot.
Yeah. So to improve the training manual, the whole goal is to reduce the amount of time to train a new employee, right? So I gave Anna, let's reduce replacement costs. So replacement costs a lot of things, but training is one of them. How fast you hire is one of them. Stuff like that. I think the metric for RAA would be best replacement costs, and then there's multiple tasks under that metric they could fix over time.
Because they take 2 months to train right now. And I'm like, it is not rocket science to pour tea into a drink. It's
And
like labor costs is hard. But then if we have a formula
Mhm.
set up for them, then they could just plug it in and it'll spit out the information they
And-
need.
that's one of realizations we had too, just having the right metric of okay, the goal's replacement costs. And I asked was having a meeting with Anna and our new manager for a second location. Okay, we want to reduce replacement costs. And then they brainstormed. Okay, we can reduce replacement costs by improving our training system, which we did already, or we could pay a little more, hire more skilled people. That training time, 2 weeks instead of 2 months, right? So there's multiple ways to skin the cat. It's just what goal do you want?
Could I ask, did Anna and your manager come from experience? Because we are hired from within everyone's first job with no experience.
Mhm.
And I'm not the best leader in like coaching them.
Mhm.
So it feels like
Yeah.
we're just the blind leading the blind.
Anna has no restaurant experience. The manager, very, very skilled and experienced, opened 5 restaurants for Asian chain. Managed Sweet Green's first robotics location. So he's very skilled. And just giving Anna the goal of give this to him, figured it out. Right. Or if we didn't do that, I would have to figure it out. And that's like kind of the beauty we saw. I was like, okay, let's teach people.
She pay.
3 per hour now. We want to increase it. I don't think he's valuable as a manager. More of a builder along the way, and I kind of had to sell the dream. Could have made 90,000 somewhere else, but I kind of sold the dream of where we want to be. Recruit him, and he likes building, and we
How
gave
did
him.
you find him through the basis?
Oh, for us, it was a lucky call, and I guess what we put on there in terms of our culture and our goals kind of aligned
Both times.
full time.
Because I feel like Gary says like we're overpaying. Manager would be $40 an hour and jokes me the ROI. So like all she does is complain day in and day out with no solutions in hand, and it drives me
$40 an hour.
$40 an hour.
Mhm.
And all I hear is complaints day in and day out. And I'm like, stop. Like, and then when I put her in place, she does well for a short period of time, and then she burns out, and then she needs the support. I'll support her. It's a constant cycle. But I think giving her the right resources with Joe, with the hiring process, the onboarding process, hopefully she has like more clarity. That's what we're looking for. But what platform do you use for training purposes? Notion?
We use Notion, but we're managers transferring it through Jolt, and we're creating like conditional trainings based off how many skills you have. It's different things, but I don't know what's going on.
I think the certification for Joe is going to be a key thing for our side. It's like we have so many locations. We want everyone to up to par before they actually get a grade. Every performance evaluation, I would like it for them to pass the quiz before they get a grade. Because I had a drink the other day. I'm like, you have been working with us for 4 or 5 years. Why does my drink taste worse than a trainee? It just didn't make any sense for me. Just because they've been with us for so long doesn't mean that they're good at what they're doing. They're just so comfortable and they're slacking eyeballing, and it's not the right way to go about it. So it's accountability, consequences. I think Joel will provide a lot there. So thanks for that.
Yeah, thank you for that too, by the way.
What's Jolt?
Like management software where you use it for tasks like regular things, like you gotta clean the make line, and instead of just them checking off, you can check it off, but also take a picture to ensure that they do it. So it lets you manage it easier from apart.
You're
And
training
then,
themselves.
and then it also serves as a knowledge base. So
Oh, what's
you-
this?
yeah, and then for the task as well, if they don't know how to do a task, like a weekly task is to clean all that area, and they're like, "Oh, I don't know what to do." It's already an attachment. You just click and see the video or the step-by-step guide. And it's easy.
Is there a way to set deadlines on there?
Yeah.
And like who's responsible? So it's basically like a click up, like project management, but then for like the daily checklist.
For daily, weekly, monthly, yes.
It's like a task management.
Yeah, because I feel like a lot of times they give out to-do lists, but then they never put down who to do it, how to do it, when to do it, why. And I just keep telling them the same thing. It's so simple. Keep thinking the 5 Ws. And they're like, but they're supposed to do it. I'm like, you can't just expect me to do that. Tell them how to do it, when to do it.
This is great because they come to work and they look at their checklist and they know it's their responsibility.
Yeah.
And if they don't check it off, then it's the data is right there and you can just see it.
Yeah,
Everything's exposed.
You can assign it by
Or
department
evaluation
or by
basis.
person.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, you can assign it by department or by person.
Yeah.
Or in general. They log in and it automatically logs you out at every 30 or
Yeah.
every 30 seconds or a minute. So whoever does it, it will tell you who to.
Yeah.
So what's annoying is like my ops manager will ask a lot of people for the proof, right? So they do the proof, let's just say they're cleaning the shakers.
Yeah.
They clean 2 shakers and there's 3 more shakers. They only clean the 2 out of 5 and they take a picture of the 2. I'm like,
Required picture of that file.
but then why do we still have this employee? That's the question.
I mean, what's great about this too, it's amazing. It's, I saw other task management softwares where you just check it off and it kind of gives you a list. This gives you a graph. This
The
employee
time.
had X amount of tasks to do. I can look at over a week, over a month, over a day. And if that month he could be at like 60% tasks completed, you could just look at that and be like, you don't do your work. You need to be at 90% and you can have a barrier. So people are constantly sending, not doing what they're supposed to do. You can just look at this and see it's so clear.
Yeah.
It's
My
great.
manager's been used to do more write-ups with this platform moving forward, so that she's not like holding off bad apples because she was doing different write-ups.
And it gives the managers a perfect tool to have to see everything and be on top of everything, on top of everybody. They can just look at this and it's like the perfect tool for them to be able to manage more efficiently.
The description just made it sound made Joe sound so much more better.
Great. It's
We're
great.
signing on, but I'm confused with the proposal that he sent me, because it's supposed to be 220 a month, but then he tapped on like 2 other things. So maybe I'll pull it up and ask you guys later.
Yeah.
Because I'm confused with the proposal, and he did not verify.
They
that.
offer different things. So like task management is one of them. You might have tapped on just something else that they offer like another feature.
It's like over 1,000. I'm like,
No.
Is this only for restaurants or it's for any business?
Yeah. I use these mainly for the quantity side of the 7 steps. Because it tells you the quantity, how much of everything.
Also the quality too, though. Right?
You already also using Jolt?
It gives you very good.
Yes.
Yeah, a lot of things are just based on the picture, you can know the quality was good enough.
Yeah, my managers are so excited about it. They talk about it every day. It's just like, oh, I can't wait to have this tool. And it's like a breakthrough for our
And then
business.
if you guys use the labels as well for them, it's a game changer. Because you can print the labels from your phone, from the tablet, or the thing itself. And then, because I'm not sure how you guys are labeling the food that you prep right now,
Mhm.
but it just prints and then you can see date, time, who prepped it, and
Really?
everything, and the expiration date. Makes it easier for health department as
So
well.
you get a printer from them?
Yeah.
And labels, they send you labels?
Yeah, you buy the labels from
And the staff just punches it in,
and it's
it out.
automatically printed.
Put it
Are the
on.
labels tied to the task?
No,
I don't.
no, it's just
No,
for
it's-
prep.
yeah.
Just for prep.
Yeah.
It's for prep.
I thought it meant like, it's like, I don't know, cut the chicken, right? And then the moment you press that you've done it.
No,
it comes out.
no, that's a
The
task.
chicken
It's good,
label
yeah.
with the date.
It's more like I'm putting the chicken in the fridge and it was done on this date by this person at this time.
So they have to type all that out manually or?
No, just
Where? So it does-
just basically just go to Joel. I'm just gonna show you guys real quick. You basically just go to Joel, you go to labels, and then let's say I want to print. I did the barbecue wing, so I print there, and then automatically prints with today's date, today's time, who prepped it, which it was myself because I send the label to print, and then it's just easier because then let's say, for instance, like us, our biggest thing is the pizza roll cheese. Somebody got it wrong, then we know okay, Wesley was the one who did these batch of cheats. Wesley, let me retrain. Here's how you do it. And then if he keeps doing that, well, then you just replace him. So it just gives you easier. It is more like
Accountability.
yes.
And plus health department requires,
So
if they're
it
not.
makes it easier for health department as well.
Whole thing I realized too is like, gotta make it as easy on your staff as possible, right? Because even like I'll talk to my managers and before we had jokes, they were like, this person didn't do that, and I'm like, look, it's our fault. We don't have our systems aren't really set up yet. You almost can't blame them when you don't have your systems down pat.
There's like victim.
So but then once you have your systems down and you have this, that, and these tools, then they have no excuse.
Good system supposed to be like a tunnel, like battery tunnel. If you enter, that's it. There's you just should clear path, and there is no way to come back. There is no way not to do it. If there is a way not to do it, they will not do it.
They gotta jump through a lot of hurdles.
You do Wesley. So for training, because you said you're improving your system. Well, you improve your system for hiring to hire better qualified people.
Mhm.
But like for training, what do you do for training right now?
For training, I'm a little pulled away from that.
Okay.
I think what they're doing is they're using Jolt to kind of track their progress. Manager kind of punches in, and then if you get a report based off like all the tasks, there's all tasks, but it's like training modules that he inputted in to track where they're at. And there's a 1 to 5 system, right? Let's say, what is that? Like cutting chicken, skill level, rate 1 to 5. Manager punches in 5 or 4. If it's 5 or 4, he gets green light. He's good. If it's like a 2, then the manager can see the report and say, okay, he needs to be retrained on that. But I'm not really building it anymore.
Now I hear you. And how often do you do like performance evaluations?
Performance evaluations is more, not much, but we're going to start the 7 steps.
Okay.
I break down like training into 2 things. Like the priority one for me is quality. You
Mhm.
have to understand the quality, and then the other part of it is pace. Once you know the quality, you have to understand the pace because you can make a perfect roll or whatever, but if it takes you forever to do it, then what good is it, right? So like once they have those 2 components down, really good, and you can do it on time,
Mhm.
then you're ready to work.
And that's why I asked the question, what's the goal, right? Ours was reduce replacement costs, right? And once I just set the goal, team kind of figured it out, right? It's just like they figured out training. They don't have to watch all the videos if they have skill. All they have to do is ask questions and then check the quality, right? And that's their way of reducing replacement costs. I didn't control it. I didn't say they have to watch the videos. This is what I want, and they figured it out.
So they're trying to teach soft skills. I personally think soft skills are not trainable and moldable. They have to really come with this personality. I feel like I am not great with soft skills. My sister and my friend are much better at soft skills. They just don't know how to train the staff that we have. Some of them have it, some of them think so black and white. They can't see the in between. I just feel like it's the wrong approach to go about it, but I don't think I have enough skill sets for me to coach them on what to do next.
A good system would allow you to not have to coach everybody to do everything. Everything has, the way I see it, like everything has to be built for dummies. Not literally, but like made in a way where anybody can do it. So if you had a good system like Jolt offers a good system, and like it's just okay, you just look at this and you follow it. You need a picture, here's a picture of what it should look like. Steps, here's a video, training guide, everything possible, you can't mess it up.
So there's different stages. So like there's a trainer training the and then there's a lot of documentations. Documentations are one-time use. Some of them are resources that they gotta go back to. And then there's another one where they use as a checklist. And then once they get the checklist, they don't really need to memorize and check the checklist all the time. So like I don't know how to explain it to them. Like if you see the documents, all there is a bunch of words and a bunch of links that sends them to another platform. It's so overwhelming for me.
What's that?
That's a training manual.
That's your training manual?
That's what the team came up with. And it's so overwhelming for me. How
Yes.
if I give them a goal, it's like, please make it understandable, make it as simple as possible. But I didn't give them a platform like Joe. How do I make it easier for them? With Joe, I feel like they make a huge impact.
Yeah.
On
Then-
just like making it understandable. Because this is not understandable. It's 10 long pages.
Yeah, so
Nobody's reading
what we
that.
did was
No one is reading it.
our managers knew how to use Joel. He implemented five different restaurants, right? Because he was like a restaurant consultant too. So just hire someone who's used it.
Okay, thank you. Okay, and what do you think about this organizational structure? Any problems you have, or you like this?
I like this working with them. I mean, feel very comfortable. But since we start doing this mastermind, I notice a lot of things by hearing, the story of everyone. I notice I delegate fast. And in the first 2 years, when I started the restaurant, I was involved in everything, and I was doing the marketing. And then I got a mentor, and he told me you have to delegate. So I thought that I have to let go everything, and like I understood now that, of course, I don't have the money to get the great position from all this. So we have to learn together, right? So when I delegate marketing, we hire probably since last year 5 different companies. Spend a lot of money. I mean, a lot of money. I'm telling you, probably 40,000-50,000 a year marketing that I didn't know what happened because I didn't understand. I just thought it was working because sales was good. Now the business started going down. I said, well, I have to start learning again because talking about for 12 years that I wasn't involved in marketing and everything changed. So when I heard most of you guys before in the mastermind, I was the youngest one. Now I changed. Probably I'm the oldest one probably. But I mean, I like when you guys talk about marketing and say, wow, why did I delegate so much? I have to learn again. So now me and my brothers actually we're spending probably 2 hours a day learning about what you guys talk about marketing. So right now I'm understand. Before I thought it was everything about social media, creating content, like you say. And now I understood for you guys that no, it's more than that.
Mhm.
So the other thing that I learned, it was before pandemic probably. I was my mindset was to grow. Hurry up. You have to do a lot of restaurant. It was a point that I got actually into a depression because I opened one and there was what's next. I opened the other one, what's next? What's next? So I felt actually we're talking about journey. I did a tattoo and enjoy the journey. Start learning that life is like that, up and down. So I have to enjoy this process. I'm not in a hurry anymore. I want to learn. Actually, I see my future like coaching, not as opening a restaurant. That's why I like this thing about like learning. Every Monday, I have a meeting with all my managers, and actually that's what I do. 2 hours of coaching about different things because that's what I enjoy. So if you and notice, the more I learn, the more I know that I don't know. So now with Alex, I'm learning just watching the videos when I cannot be there or listening to you guys. It's cool. So that's where I am right now.
Okay, tell me please, put the numbers from 1 to 5. 1 is the highest, my system.
Yes,
Are there shareholders, any of them, or
these two.
What's the shares? What's the
We're all same share. 33.
33?
Yes.
Uh-huh. So what executive chef needs to learn?
Is what I was hearing that he's too scared for responsibility. So he asks most questions. You know, should I do this? Should I do this? Should I do this? And something that you said is sometimes you cannot teach.
Mhm.
That's his personality, right? So it's something I have to work to. Probably I'm giving it too much responsibility that he don't.
He's in charge of all kitchens.
Yes.
So it means that he's managing all the people.
Well, the way we have is he manage general manager. He have the M1s. So every restaurant have their own manager, their M1. There's responsibility of the whole everything.
M1 is reporting to him
Yes.
in each restaurant, M1.
Yes.
And he's only responsible for quality
Yes.
and
Quality
speed.
and creating new.
Who is hiring the kitchen
the
staff?
new kitchen? Yeah, he is.
He's hiring kitchen
Yes.
staff. Okay, and can general manager fire kitchen staff?
Actually, there's the one that fired. He hired. I mean, he's too scared to fire. So yeah, general manager fired.
Do they have conflict?
Not really. Not really. I mean,
He is not relative.
No.
He's salary employee.
Yes.
So he's great.
Yes.
How much you pay him?
70,000.
And he's responsible for all 9 locations.
No, just our. Well, and on the franchise, just yeah.
4.
Yes.
4 is
Yes.
corporate and 5 is franchise.
Yes.
So he's responsible for 4 corporate
Yes.
locations. And did you hire him? You see, this is the guy that you need. Somebody like that. 4 locations and $70,000. And did you hire him with experience?
Actually, it was our first server.
He is a server.
I mean, it was sort of his our first employee.
So he is learning and growing.
Yes.
Does he responsible for P&L?
The P&L, they work together. General manager and CFO.
CFO gives him the numbers.
The general manager gives the number. I mean, they work together and they both present it to me.
But who is responsible for profit?
The CFO. The CFO.
It's not correct.
Yeah, like when
How the CFO can responsible for
Yeah.
profit if he cannot make it? Imagine this is you. So you have to. It's either you or him responsible. Since you anyway responsible, CEO is anyway responsible. The reason I like to give to more people P&L responsibility, because it's when you have many locations and you the only one responsible for P&L, it's hard. So you want a little bit to give other people to think about profit also, not only you.
Yeah, I agree.
On the one hand, I mean, operational guy could only responsible for this restaurant can only be responsible for operation. But on the other hand, the most important is the numbers. Who will think about the numbers? I cannot think for 100 or whatever, many locations. So I give, plus what I noticed, that inspires them. When it's not only operation, it's the results. They see results.
What I had the M1s now for years responsible just for the prime cost, but not the whole number. Now I'm trying to do the complete P&L.
But again, I'm not saying that's the only way. That's how I do it. Some managers, good managers, they're not giving the P&L responsibility to M1s and M2s even.
What's the pro and the cons if they have the responsibility of P&L.
I don't see any cons. I don't see any cons. You still manage operational result. If you only some entrepreneurs, they give P&L responsibility because they're lazy, and they say, "Here's your restaurant. I need profit. Do whatever you want." So he doesn't want to manage.
Okay.
Then it's not good. Then the operations will be not great. He will only think about numbers, but operation will not be great. But if you manage operations with the processes, with whatever we are talking, and the manager also sees what's this improvement in the operation brings as a profit, more exciting. I always try to put myself in the shoes of the other person. I imagine if I'm a manager of this restaurant, would I only want to be responsible for speed, complaints, or in addition to that, I want to be responsible for profit? I would be more excited to be responsible for profit personally. Then I understand why I'm working on operation, because if you only work on operation and you don't understand, but again, this is questionable. Sometimes I say this is the best way,
Yes.
but sometimes I saw different styles and it also works. It's just a different type of people. If you want a manager like my type, then I would want to be responsible for P&L. If you hire more people who doesn't care about different just type.
Depending on the knowledge of them one, right? Too. Because what I notice is
No, nobody knows. I teach everybody. I start. It's not. I'm not hiring with experience. But you show the numbers. You show. You see. We need to have this amount of people in the restaurant. Why? Because we have 14% now, and we need 12%. That's why. Because we want to reach the goal of this profitability, because we want to reach this goal of ROI. Profit is not the most important. Profit is queen. King is ROI. The most important is ROI, because $1 million profit can be terrible if you invested $1 billion. Depends on how much you invest. And another benefit of doing the way I do is that I know what's the minus also. I'll tell you the minus. Another plus is you develop those people, and a lot of them, they're ready to become M2. Then if you're growing fast, they grow faster as business, their business intellect, not only operational intellect, but business intellect. There are two intellects: operational, how to do everything, and financial intellect, business intellect. So if I give them P&L responsibility, they learn about business and they can become M2 and grow. This is probably jealousy, because they know the number. But on the other hand, anyway, if they all know the numbers, they can. And from my experience, if they don't know the numbers, they think it's much higher than it's actually. So if in reality profit is 10, they think that profit is 30 or 20. Because they see revenue, but they don't understand the expenses. Plus, my management style is very open. I don't hide. I want everybody to. But some people are more secretive. So you just have to play in your style. You're probably more like me, like to share.
Oh yes. Yeah.
I always like to share with people my success. If the restaurant makes more, I'm willing to give the bonuses, so they work for the end result. So that's one mistake I see right here, that you have M1s here. If you decide not to give them P&L, but anyway, this guy has to have this P&L responsibility. He's M2, right?
Yes.
You gave him 3 because he's hardworking, but you're not getting the results that you want from him.
Yeah, he's a hard worker, but he's too scared to make decisions.
But okay, he's scared to make decisions. And what? So what?
So he'll bring all the. I mean, he'll decide. Hey, you think we should take this? We should do this. We should put more money on this.
Always talk to you.
Yes.
So tell him you decide whatever you want.
Yes. I mean, I always do, but he still come back.
Don't get involved. That's once you few times you will tell him decide yourself, he will not come again. It's a personality.
Yeah.
But what about everything else? The quality of food,
Yes,
the type of people that he hires.
Yes. I mean, sometimes.
What do you need from him? What his main responsibilities? Menu.
Yeah, menu.
Price. He's not
Yeah,
decide.
the price thing.
He decides price. He's good in menu.
He's good in menu. He's very good on cost menu. But for example, he do the menu cost and say, okay, we can, the cost of this plate is 3 something. We can sell it or 14 or 15. So what do you think? We sell it 14, 15. So I don't know. You decide. Okay. So what do you think?
Decide.
But
Don't answer. Don't answer. Otherwise, he will be lazy.
Yeah. I mean, that's what my main concern actually.
I don't think it's a big deal with if he's a great chef, great.
Yeah, good on numbers.
Good on menu, good on pricing, good on hiring people, and he's teaching people.
Yes.
He's good.
Yeah, he like to teach.
So give him 1. Especially he's your brother.
Right, I realized that when we did the operations coaching calls with my sister, that I crippled her by making all the decisions for her. So I told her that I am not making decisions, and like slowly, like she does the decision making herself, but once in a while she'll still come back. But I didn't realize how much I crippled the team by always giving them the answer.
You're absolutely right. You do damage to people if you always give them an answer. You do damage for children if you always telling them what to do. You have to teach them to decide. You know what I did when he was growing up? His mother was telling him one thing. I always, if his mother was telling him black, I was telling white. If she was telling white, she was so pissed off. You know, the woman, she's traditional. She wanted to, if I say this, you should say also this. But I'm purposely, so she's telling, Ilan, this is the way to do it. I right away, I say, this is the other way to do it. You decide. So this way, when he has 2 options, I was teaching him to his older brother. It's always a habit of, can be done this way, can be done this way, you decide. So we do big damage when we tie shoes for everybody all the time. They have to develop this muscle, or decision-making muscle. And if you do everything, then they don't develop this muscle. Company cannot grow because in small company, let's say you have 20 decisions per day. You work by yourself, so you make all 20 decisions. In big company, you have 2,000 decisions per day. How many decisions you make per day? You need to make per day? If you have in the larger company 2,000 decisions, you need to make less, 15. The bigger the company, I think the bigger the company, the less decisions you have to make per day. Jeff Bezos makes 3 decisions per day. Buffett sometimes don't make any decision. Work, it doesn't mean making decision. The most important in work is the information. Buffett reads 5-6 hours a day. He eats, digests, swallows the information. The more information he has, the better decision he will make. So the goal is to make less decision, not more decision. But then the question, who is going to make decisions? Because company grows, the more and more decisions. In each restaurant, 20 decisions per day. If I have 10 restaurants, it's 200, 100 restaurants, 2,000 per day. So you need to empower and teach your managers to make decisions.
She's in operations strictly, she's able to make better decisions with the right resources. Because like a lot of times we're like, why can't you just get it? It's because they don't have the expertise or like just these scenarios that other people do. It makes them, it gives them a huge clarity for them to take it to the next step without hand-holding.
That's why I developed this framework: result, analysis, and action. But before action is obviously decision. Because we managers, we don't do anything. Our work is decision. Decide, say, and they do it. So the most important in our work is decision. And then action. We just tell them, they do it. But in order to make the quality decisions, you need to have very, very good informational system. You should see real life all the numbers, operational and financial. Operational, financial. So first level of management, I told one. I think I told one of the lessons, but it's good to. Repetition is the mother of skill. So management, zero level management, when the company doesn't even have a good financial numbers real time. Financial numbers daily, P&L, balance sheet, cash flow. This is the zero level. First level, you have great financial results real time. So you see the financial information, sales, expense, all the financial metrics. Second level, you start with financial. Financial is the most important. That's the ultimate result, financial result. But then go deeper. Develop operational metrics, speed, conversion, customer satisfaction, all the metrics that are very, very important to measure, but not money. Everything that important to measure, which leads to money. If we improve the customer satisfaction, we'll get more revenue. So that's called operational metrics. when I started in 2016 scaling of Sushi Master, first before I finished the year, I was started 10, I finished the year 52 or 54. But I did most of the scaling the second half of the year. The first half of the year, first 3 months, the most important was metrics. If I don't see real time the information, it's scary, because when you start scaling, you have to see all the key information real time. Metrics is the most important. Financial first, operational then, and then very few companies, they go on to the third and fourth level of measurement, measuring quantity of work, effort. So this is result, financial, operational results, but every result, before result, you need to do an effort. So people work, team works, it's an effort. So I go even deeper. I measure effort, but there are two types of result, two types of result, financial, operational, and two types of effort. Quality and quantity. Quantity and quality. People can do a lot of things, but with a bad quality, or can do few things with a good quality, but we need a lot of things with a good quality. So I separately measure. That's how I created 7-step system. First, I realized this, and then I created, based on the realization that I need to manage quality, effort, and result, because there is nothing more in business. Effort and result, effort and result. There is nothing more. So then I need to manage effort and result if there is nothing more. Actually, that's how I think about it. I want good result financial, but I manage effort in order to get it. Most managers, they always look at numbers. They look at numbers. Yes, but if you don't start doing 100 push-ups, you can watch biceps will not grow. So you want good body, but you need to 99% of the time focus on the effort. So this is the quantity of effort. This is quality of effort. That's why in the 7 steps, first step is the quantity of effort. Second step is the quality of effort. Then more important is how much time it took. Because the same, it's a lot of quantity and quality. It could take 10 hours, it could take 3 hours, because we need to pay. So we need to also measure. This third step in 7-step system is how much time. Then we go step number 4, it's operational result. Step number 5 is financial result. This is result. Step number 6 is always awareness, categorization. Because when you see, we already speak at the same language. When we see the number 3, we all, without spending time, we all know what does it mean. And we know how to treat this disease. The 3 is a disease. How to treat? Teach. 1 is healthy. 2 is disease, but it's incurable disease. If person is lazy, it's incurable. But you aware this is incurable, you either fire or you, because he's lazy, but he gives you results. So you compromise or you fire. 3 is a disease, but very curable disease, and they become number 1. But 4, if it would be says here 4, we all. That's why I like the system, because it saves times. People understand right away. We have to me, this is corporate culture. Corporate culture is the language that we speak. We understand each other. We have that's our own things that we created, our own language. That's the part of the culture. So that's why in 7-step is very important, always awareness at this particular, not one game, not how he played yesterday, how I see him today. He's number one, number two. I didn't ask you what's yesterday performance. How do you see him now? 1, 3. I trying to change your mind that I think he's one, but it's up to you. And it's very important that the step 6 is so important because different strategy. If he's one, it's one strategy of working with him. If 2, another strategy. If 3, another strategy. If number 4, 5, it's all different strategies. Approach how to you manage. You always need to see yourself as a doctor and person or metric is the patient. So metric you treat metric as a number. You consider the number as your patient and your doctor, and the person is like with 3 you need to treat him. But every good doctor, before start treating, he needs to do diagnosis and decide what kind of a disease. This is one disease, number 4, another disease, number 2, another disease. Right away, we all know that this is a lazy guy. We don't need a lot of words, just number and we know. But he's good. He's very good, but lazy. Okay, but and number 6 and number 7 step is what we're gonna do tomorrow. Which step is the most important? Number 7. Because all 6 steps is about the past. Why nobody is working on the system? Because they come to work morning. They come to work in the morning. There's so many things going on, new fires. And they start playing this game because every day is a new game. We have 365 games in this sport. Yes, in the restaurant business, not days, 365 games. Every day is a new game. So you come in the morning, you start playing this game without analyzing yesterday's game. So you do the same mistakes all over again. Don't have time to analyze. 7-step system, it forces you, instead of before you start playing this game, to analyze yesterday game, effort and result. And it becomes obvious what you need to change. What's the definition of insanity? When you do the same things but expect different results. If you do the same things but expect different results, you're crazy, insane. But most of the businesses, they do the same thing every day and expect different results. Doesn't work. Will not happen. The only way is to analyze previous day, and it's very hard. In regular sport, it's easy because you play the game, you have 2 days before next game. So you sit down, your muscles are recovering, and they will sit down, watch the game, analyze. But in our sport, since game is every day and it's like not 2 hours, it's no time to analyze. That's why I created the system. It forces to analyze. Of course, specialists, they doing the work, they playing, but managers, while they're playing this game, today's game, manager is thinking about yesterday first game. Already started 9 o'clock, they started this game, all specialists. But manager first couple of hours analyzing yesterday games to tell them what to change. Management is like driving the car. Left, right, gas, brake. Left, right, faster, slower, left. So manager has to like be like a driver. I forgot why I started to tell you this. Did you start implementing 7 steps?
Yes,
In which departments?
the specialist. Well, I haven't done yet. I'll start on the bottom.
But the M1 has to do it.
Yes, and I have a question. I don't know. It's not regard this, but what I was hearing before, I was against Uber Eats because of the 30%. I want to know how you guys think about this. What I noticed is now that I'm learning this stuff, and Wesley, they have a dark kitchen. If I think like a separate restaurant, I mean same restaurant, but treat the Uber Eats as a dark kitchen, because still, even though the food cost will be higher, the labor will be the same. Already paying the chef, already paying the rent, paying everything. So that's what I'm thinking. That's what came to my mind. I mean, why not spending more? Uber Eats sell more. I know you guys have done that, or you have experience in that. Do you have any thoughts on that?
Multiple brands in one kitchen.
No. Actually, the same. I mean, we did in our restaurant. Our Uber Eats was for probably 4 or 8 orders max a day, because what we did is our menu price increases, so we don't have to pay the 30%. But then I was thinking, because Wesley sell like what, hundreds,
400.
400. Wow, I mean, why not we sell the same? I mean, we're still paying the labor, we're still paying everything. I don't know. That's what I was thinking. If it's a good idea, or you see something wrong about.
So if saying if you would decrease the price,
Yeah, put the same.
if you
price
put
as
the same price, you will start.
Yeah. And thinking like separate the business, like it's a ghost kitchen. I don't have to worry about labor. I don't have to worry, because I'm gonna pay the same price for the chef.
But you want to do it from the existing location, or you want to do it from the cloud
No,
kitchen?
system location.
From
same,
the-
same location.
But you need to do financial model. Whether if he's good, CFO, tell him to calculate different scenarios.
Okay, yes.
If we have 100 orders per day with a 30 whatever or 20% commission, what's overall monthly P&L? Will it be better or worse? And you'll just see.
Okay, yes. So that would be
Hey, Brian, are you asking if you should essentially? Well, no, I don't think it's running the ghost.
increase the sales. Increase
Yeah,
the
I think your focus is to increase sales on
Existing.
yes.
and lower the price to match your in-store menu, right? Yeah, just
So that's what I did. That's what I was showing you guys earlier. That after talking with Wesley, we decided to do it. And then that's why the optimization score is like 97%. And then our sales did not double, but it went like 1.7x up. And then we only target new customers. And then we are getting a lot of new customers, and then they're buying more often because the price decreased. So customer experience went up, and the food is good, price is good, and then it's on the platform. So then it's you just get more orders. I will say the main calculation we did for that is what's our prime cost between labor and food cost. If we still have room for the aggregator, that's how we decided to lower.
That was my question. Did they change your prime cost? I mean,
They changed the prime cost? No, because our prime cost, it was already below 60%. It was like 58%. So, and the aggregators only charge me 20%. So even if I drop the prices over there and sell more, my food cost went up a little bit, but it went up from 20, 28 to 32, went 4% up. But sales are just keep going up and up and up, and my labor goes down, so it balances out.
I think they have it figured out. They're so smart, the aggregators. They know that it's worth it for you because you're going to pay that staff, like you said. You're going to keep the lights on, anyways.
Yeah.
And they become your partner in the sense of like allowing you to sell on their platform. But it's worth it. It's worth it because it's all predetermined. You know, you're gonna profit, right? So as long as you don't have to increase staff cost or staff in general, it becomes a no-brainer. Food will always be what the cost of food is. It's it's like, well, of course, it's the percentage is going to be higher for the aggregators, but I think the profits are there, so you shouldn't necessarily hesitate to do more sales because of the fear of their fee.
What's your fixed cost that you're trying to wipe out? What's your fixed cost? The chef? Is that
Chef, rent.
Yes, it's, chef brand is already paid. You know, probably the 20-30% that they charge will be the leg. That would be almost the same. But I mean, now my question will be how, because if I just put the menu of same price, I'm not gonna sell 100, 200, 400. I mean, what's the the strategy to get to that numbers on?
I have a pretty good Excel sheet for it. I can share it to you. Just to like play with the numbers.
It would be well, because if you do marketing on Uber, then will be the 30% plus the marketing, correct?
Yes. Yeah, I have a pretty good Excel sheet to see like what the leverage. Sounds like.
Okay.
I can share it with you when I find it.
But I've downloaded the DoorDash merchant, but I don't see the optimizer thing.
So you have the app?
I download the app, I don't see it.
Sure. Yeah, I'll show you.
You know what's a good? I think what's a good way to look at it is like if your profit margin on food alone is 70%, work with the aggregators, so they take 30% of the 70%. You're left with 40%. Because again, if you're still using the same amount of staff, that's not changing. Rent is not changing. Your bills, your utilities, everything's not changing. But there's your margin. It's a smaller one, but it's still, it's money left.
And potential new customers, because a lot of people nowadays they only buy on the app from the app.
Yep.
But then maybe they're walking by or they see an ad on their phone that basically takes them there to your online ordering portal, which you don't have a 0% commission of there. So now you can get to more people, which will lead to more sales. And once they get accustomed to your taste, and you retarget those people, then they can stop buying from the aggregator and buy from you. Because now they already tried you, they liked it. They see a Facebook ad with $5 off when you order 30 or more. They're gonna go to that website and use that coupon. And now you're paying the $5. Now, but now you have their information, you have their phone number, their email, their name, and now you can do specific campaigns on Google PPC, on Meta, just for that particular client. They're part of your loyalty reward program now. Now they know, and then you have them set up so that once they buy from you and they enroll, if they signed up, they get the same day or the next day free item for them to come back again to your restaurant. And you basically you train them to start ordering online from you. So yes, maybe they come from the aggregator to try you, but you have a different mechanism to try to convert them into your own customers. You will profit a lot more.
Well, don't try to convert everyone, but there's some people that cannot be converted, and that clientele is going to be some of your corporate clients. Like there are companies who will give a DoorDash account to every one of their employees so that you can order food through this every day. And so those customers, you'll never be able to convert them because they will only order this through a DoorDash or whatever it is they've been given. That's like the company lunch money. So yeah, just be cognizant of that type of customer. You don't want to convert. You don't want to push them off forever because if they can't order on DoorDash, they just won't order from you.
So what's the marketing that you guys think that's the best? Because I know we talk about influencers, Uber Eats, but it's something that you guys have experienced, Google ads, Facebook ads, Instagram ads, I don't know, for this kind of ghost kitchen or in this case, Uber Eats.
Is there a ghost restaurant? Because I know in New York, like even though it's one restaurant, they've renamed their company and sell the same thing but things. Is that the thing we would look into instead of a cloud kitchen?
No.
Like, you could base it out of your one kitchen still and do two different online.
I mean, we tried ghost kitchen, but obviously we didn't have no idea, no clue what you guys are creating. Same thing. Pretty surprised. We did all the mistakes. We did all of it.
I want to try to address your initial concern, right? So the business model for the aggregators has changed a little bit over the past couple of years. 5 years ago, every aggregator had clauses saying that your menu prices have to be exactly the same as what the DoorDash and whatever has. Their business model back then was to basically look for restaurants that had excess capacity. So, let's say between 2 to 5 o'clock, you have no clientele. Right. So you basically have excess capacity for those 3 hours. And within that business model, that's where you would want to turn on. When they have these clauses where you cannot change prices, the only people who signed on to the aggregators were restaurants that had excess supply, had excess capacity. Everyone who could their tables at night, they wouldn't use it. They had no incentive to. With that said, your skeleton crew is not really variable costs. Like if you need 2 people to be at the shop at all times, that's a fixed cost. That's not variable costs. The additional employees that you have on top of the skeleton crew, that's your variable cost. And this is after the aggregators allowed restaurants to price things higher on the websites. This kind of changed the model a little bit because now you can potentially raise the prices and can still be profitable by not using your excess capacity, but your entire capacity. And you could try things out, right? Like one of the ideas that you might want to try is if you're the type of operation where you have a gap in the middle, no one shows up between 2 to 5. During that time, you can essentially operate like a ghost kitchen that sells something that people would buy within that window. But I don't know, like maybe you want to do like some type of desserts or coffees or whatever between 2 to 5 when people tea breaks or something, and it would kind of complement your other hours where you want to sell those things during your main business operation hours.
Should you have the same products or like there's like a business model that's not in your area that you can sell like chicken wings or something, or empanadas, like there's a need for it, serve those products. Because I know in the city a lot of people do ghost restaurants from the scene instead of having a ghost kitchen and paying double the cost.
And happy hours too, because these platforms allow you to have like happy hours or BOGOs and stuff like that. And you can limit those to just that period of time. Like my slowest hours are between 1 p.m. and 4 p.m. Those 3 hours, I'm basically dead. So what I do is happy hour heavily on those, on all the aggregators. So I keep my staff busy. Well, so that way they're not just sitting around, you know?
So we're on the opposite side from what we've learned is that when they're doing happy hours and no one is available those times, I think you're just throwing money. Maybe it works for Bernard, but it doesn't work for us. Like we choose not to invest during our happy like spend money during happy hours during our slowest time because no one's coming, everyone's in school. Like we know that. It's just like throwing money out and not seeing a return to us. So it's really dependent on your target audience, what their schedule's like. So it depends on, yeah. Because it's very different.
How about the percentage of delivery? Of course, pizza is high. It's Ghost Kitchen, obviously. How about you, Lyra?
Percentage of what?
Of Uber Eats, of deliveries?
Their percentage, like what they charge us?
No. I mean, of your sale. I mean, the percentage of 10%, 20% of your total sales.
Oh, I see what you mean. Our aggregators, our takeout in general is only 20% of our business in general. I don't know the percentage of their percentage. Don't have that number. But I guess for us, it's not significant enough where I guess, and you can calculate it, right? It's like if we do $100,000 a month and 20,000 was in takeout, they would have 30% of that.
Yeah, but I mean, would you like to increase the 20% to 40%?
Absolutely.
Something about that? Or?
Well, we were talking
Okay.
and they were suggesting exactly what you just said about matching prices on your website, on your menu. And if that's something that would work for us, I would definitely be open to trying it. I think that aggregators are so smart and they have it all figured out that you don't need to increase your price. It's kind of like with if you want, but it might hurt you more than help you. You're scared of the commission costs so much so that you're hurting yourself
Yes.
essentially. But there's profit. Today it's you're paying a lot of money when it comes to rent, staff. You might as well make use of everything you're paying.
Like delivery platforms are like a break even for us, but it's just a good way to get our name. It's a great marketing tool for us. And then what we bank on is like customers craving our food, ordering time after time and doing recommendations. Like, oh, I recommend this place.
But why is it a break even for you?
Why is it breaking?
Actually, it's break even.
No,
What's your prime cost?
The general rule of thumb is if your prime cost is better than 60%, you should probably continue on the aggregators. Like even if they take 35%, you're still going to earn 5%. And unless your facilities are at maximum capacity, like you're trading one order for another. If you have an in-house order where you can earn the entire 40%, take
Right.
that. But if you would otherwise not have that order, if that order barely would come through an aggregator, maybe 5% is earning that 5% is better than earning 0.
Ticket average is very low. Like the delivery platforms cost more and double. Like if you buy one bubble tea for $4 after delivery is $8, it's not very ideal for both.
it's not worth for both.
Yeah, so that's a tricky chart. Will we do 30% on delivery platform?
Other stores that are different.
So you think that the fees eat up 100% of the profit?
I don't think it does, especially now after they allowed us to raise the prices on the website. We've raised it to a point where we will have some positive amount of it's worth it. It's worth it for us to keep it on.
10%.
What's your average order online?
Somewhere between 15 and $20.
$15 and $20. So then you
It's
take
not
it, and then what's the fee that
For delivery, somewhere between 25 and 35. Like it's below our prime costs, and our operation, like our prime cost is probably about 25%. I'm sorry, 50%. So we more room to wiggle.
or yeah. You have
What is it?
that you have room for
So
margin.
Wesley, for example, if you're gonna open next month here in Miami,
Mhm.
what would be your strategy to start selling that kind of number, like 40 or 100 a day? Just Uber Eats or some?
We use all the platforms. That's our strategy right now, right? That's why we're obviously conservative. We don't know how effective our current strategy is, but it worked fairly well for our second location. Same thing we're doing, it's just influencer, some marketing on the platforms, combination of those, and this worked out for us.
Google ads, Facebook ads, Instagram ads, or just
We tried Facebook ads, in like November and December. Was pretty aggressive with it. Didn't see the results we wanted. So we like to put all our money on things that are working, because if you split it in an efficient marketplace, you're going to get efficient returns.
That's the influencer part, right?
For now, yeah.
both Uber Eats marketing and Netflix, correct? And Uber Eats, you do do
We don't like to do promotions
Okay.
on the platforms.
just ads.
Just ads.
Okay.
But a model that works for him might not work for yours because I feel like your ticket average is higher. So it really depends.
Do you have a great, what do you call it, price point for the bowl that you sell?
Yeah. his
Yeah,
price point
your
is
price is incredible.
Phenomenal, man.
Yeah,
It's like you can't find a meal for that.
yeah, for like
In
13
today's
bucks.
world, you
Look,
can't-
I've seen videos.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's gonna be very hard to compete.
In today's world, a meal on average costs, even at the lowest one once.
Chipotle cost me $17 now. That's
And
like my
And it used to be like $12. The fact that you're able to maintain a price point,
13,
or still make margins.
the quantity.
And it comes with the more you do, the more you find efficiencies in labor. You probably run that a higher labor percentage, but if you're at 100% or 90% capacity with staff, that percentage decreases, like Bernard says, right? And that gives you that margin. So it's kind of playing with the numbers of like, okay, how much is your fixed cost, right? What's your fixed cost right now? Do you have the staff minimum? Are they at 100% capacity? If not, get them to 100%. Then if you have more volume, like how much is it worth it to get them next step to 100% capacity?
You sound all great, but this makes no sense to me.
That's what you're saying. Play with the P&Ls.
Yes, you have to always play with financial model. And Wesley's goal is to make 10%. You all want to make 20, 30%. But it's better to make 10% on the 300,000 than volume than 20% on the 100,000. On the 100,000, 20% is 20. On the 300, 10% is 30. Okay, thank you.
My organizational chart is a pretty simple one. I have my GM works under me, and she manages everybody for the most part. Right now, we just hired Jim. Oh, Jim.
Mm-hmm.
As a marketing director. And what I'm focused on, what I'm trying to do is I want to use the 7-step system for the GM to have daily meetings with Jim and then report to me for marketing. Kay is our, I guess you could say, regional manager, or you can say floor manager, but he basically interviews people, hires staff
For both restaurants?
currently. Our first location, we had a manager that left, so he's doing both now. Hired a bunch of new people. We implemented Jolt software to help us with operations and management, task management, and we're very excited about that because that's something that's going to allow us to way more efficient than we ever were, and not having to keep eyes on everything that happens in the restaurant. So we're excited about that. But in terms of management, we don't have that much going on. I mean, we only have 2 locations.
And what this person does?
I don't know. I honestly, she signed on as an assistant for me. And then there's just less and less for her to really do. She helped me hire Jim because she has a good corporate mentality.
Mm-hmm.
She's actually a pretty talented person. I would put her in the 2 category. She might be a little bit on the lazy side because there's really never the next thing for her to do. It's kind of unknown, what but she's very cheap. I do pay her $25 an hour, but she works remote, and it ends up last week. It's just I don't know but she's good, so I just keep her around.
Mm-hmm. That should be pay per hour.
I pay per hour
if you need some.
Yeah, so it's insignificant. It's insignificant cost. And then if we ever need something, she helps out. So some weeks she'll work more, less, but for the most part, that's what it is. She handles a lot of basically everything.
Mm-hmm. Tell me about the evolution of your structure. How you started, then because the org chart is always in the process of evolution.
Yeah.
This is the now. What was it before?
Before, I mean, it started off with just me being everything. Managing the entire.
You was here.
Yeah. Here. Just basically, I just did everything. That's how it started. And then Tema came along. She worked for, she grew into a manager position. She left for a while to go to school. And then when I opened the second location, I got her to come back. And then when she came back, she likes the position that she's in now a lot more because it allows her she didn't want to work in the restaurant anymore. So now she's more, just kind of doing the back office stuff, and she enjoys it a lot more. But she does a lot, I would say.
She does this remotely, or she goes to the restaurants?
She goes to the restaurants 3 days a week now.
And remotely also she does the work?
Yes.
From home?
When she's at the restaurants, she's not, doing any, she's not in the server position. She's not in the host, nothing she's just on her laptop in the restaurant. If we had an office, it would be the same kind of thing. She does inventory. She does scheduling. She does payroll for both restaurants. So if I had to say probably what I know we're going to need is more or just more managers, more people. But right now it's fine. To sit here and say that we're lacking in management with the 2 restaurants that we have, I wouldn't necessarily say that. She's doing an excellent job. Kay is very, very involved, and he's very interested in how we implement Jolt and the task management software. And he's actually taking it head on. He's involved with the tasks and putting them all in the system and having the team follow it and everything. And, Jim is new. I want to start the marketing thing, but that's basically, that's where we are.
How much are you paying?
$18 an hour.
Full time?
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. And what's this person responsibility?
Marketing. He's the marketing. He's who we just hired as the marketing director. We had literally just started a day ago. There was conversations amongst him, her, and her that went nowhere. because there was no real structure behind it. So now I want to implement the 7-step system. I want to kind of have it just be between them two and get right to the point, list of actions, and then, we can analyze on a daily basis. And then I can
But
analyze.
he's a specialist. He doesn't have anybody under.
That's right.
He's gonna do everything himself.
In terms of marketing, yes.
Full time.
No. Part-time. He
And-
works from home.
And main focus will be influencer marketing or
No, actually, so I want his help. I talk about the pillars of my company a lot. Those are dine-in, takeout, catering, and events. Those are areas that I see opportunity for growth. Why I do catering and events separately is because it's two different experiences. Catering, we have a catering, I guess, partnership, you can say, with somebody who places huge orders on a weekly or not weekly, but monthly basis, or twice a month, something like that. That's an example of more catering clients that we want to connect with. On the event side, it's the hand roll bar station at your event. There's a huge opportunity for more business there because hand rolls happen to be the best event style food because it's almost like a taco. You don't need a fork or a knife or a plate or anything whenever we do events. With our hand roll station at the events, it does extraordinary. People love it. I had it at my wedding. It was, it's great, right? If there's a line that forms, people come up to the bar, eat a hand roll, and keep it moving. So that's another area for growth. But when it comes to dine in and of course takeout, we were talking about takeout. I think we're not doing anywhere where we could be because it's only 20% of our business currently, and it should be doing a lot better. So that's another pillar that I want to focus on. When it comes to dine in, of course, it's the number one, right? It's the most important pillar because it's the most profitable. It's just it's our experience. It's everything we want to offer the customer. But I think I know the answer to dine in, and I think it's influencer marketing. I don't need my marketing guy to tell me the best solution for that because I know that when we're ready to do influencer marketing, which we're ready, I know the steps to take because we've done it before. Worked well, and I know what to do.
So you just need somebody to do it.
I just need somebody to do it. Yes.
The hesitation. Because we're very hesitant to use influencers.
That's a good question. So Elon and I had spoken in the past where I said, okay, why don't we put a pause on influencer marketing? The reason why is because we're opening a new location in a few months. And I feel like in New York, it's a lot of the same influencers, which I could be wrong about that because they're all more or less, I'm like,
all the influencers' comments are all influencers. There's no,
especially the big ones, right? Like, exactly. There's only so many influencers that you can connect with. And then if we basically have them all come in, we're going to have no splash when it comes time to opening our third location. So when Williamsburg opens, we want to create that splash with influencer marketing, have them all come in again. A lot of the same people that we worked with in the past and new ones, and really go hard. So I kind of was hesitant on going full force with influencer marketing because I'm essentially saving it for the opening of the new location.
how would you track the ROI? With influencers techniques.
I mean, I think Wesley would probably be the best person to answer that, but I'll tell you just from my perspective, we really don't have a tracking, a way to track influencer marketing. At the end of the day, we all in, done the paid ones yet. We did the free, the ones that come in for the free food. And then they come in for the free food and they post us and it did really well. Some of the biggest influencers in New York City has come to Temakasi. We also have a bit of a name. We've created a bit of a buzz. A lot of, we're we're recognized on social media. So these influencers, when they hear Temakasi is inviting you for a free meal, they want to come in because it's kind of like, I feel like it's already kind of cool to you've heard of Temakasi like before. Really?
I don't
Okay.
eat sushi.
Oh, you don't eat sushi,
I
right?
don't eat Social media.
But I feel like we've created somewhat of a buzz in New York where people hear about us, and when we tell influencers, so they come in, they don't cost us anything except for the food.
I feel like the free ones work better for us for some reason.
I agree. I would have to agree with that because the paid ones, someone's charged for it, and then
They're not our customer base, so it's very hard.
yeah, and it kind of feels forced. It's like they feel like the customer knows when it's like they're trying to promote the hell out of you, as opposed to like the free ones. They come in, they're honest, and you know, so that's what worked for us.
So what's what's the strategy for next year? Gonna accomplish
Next year,
for 1 year from now. The ideals where you wanna be.
so for me, it's about growth. For me, it's about scaling Tamakasi into more locations, more cities. I'm not as focused on more locations in New York anymore, only because I really am curious to see what new cities are about. We have specific cities that we're focused on. Dallas,
Miami is one of them.
Miami is one of them.
In Brickell.
I would love Brickell, but problem is the rents are economical.
More than in Manhattan.
Yeah, yeah.
It's not cheap.
Miami, I mean, everything in Miami feels to be more expensive. Brickell is like crazy. It's so expensive. It just might be worth it, but it's a big risk. You know.
Have a competitor in Brickell.
Oh, I actually love like
What's his name?
Brickell. It's Olmakai. It's called Olmakai. I was there. They were busy on a Sunday, rainy Sunday afternoon, 3 o'clock. They're at capacity. So I don't doubt that they're making money. In fact, I'm pretty sure they are making money because they're busy. But we've experienced that with competition. We went against the competitor that you can possibly go against, and it's done really well for us because uh, people are comparing us to them. Now we're like being spoken about in the same breath as them. Um, no,
Have you considered PR? Hiring?
we've done PR in the past when we opened our first location.
To PR and they were asking for like 5,000-6,000 a month to do PR.
That's what it
It's
costs.
just
Yeah, that's what it costs. But that's like if you want to end up in publications like,
but
you
that's
know,
what online is for. Like, that's how people find it.
I would say that in today's world, social media accomplishes that.
But then I think there was someone that said social media is where you find it's not a place where you want to find food. It's just to get the exposure. But then if your exposure is like 1 or 2 times, I'm not gonna remember you type because there's so much advertisement there.
Probably also conversions. PR. It's like credibility play.
Credibility.
Because I feel like yours would do a lot better with
In the sense, well, the thing, so with PR, so we did it with our first location and we were everywhere, Eater, Infatuation Eats, and all these publications. And I think it did pretty good for us. But then after a while, the PR agency was like, okay, well, actually, we realized is after 3 months of working with them, they ran out of stories to tell. So you can do PR, but only for a bit of time until there's nothing else exciting to talk about. And they've already, used all their resources to get your name out there, and then they run out. And then when we opened our second location, we tried to do PR again, and they were like, it didn't really help because nobody really gets excited about a second location. You're not new anymore. So with PR, it's all about the newest, the new thing.
Have you heard about Maxi Noodles in your house?
Maxi?
Maxi Noodles.
No.
She got really big and was all over the local channels. That's what we learned from this PR person that we to. Instead of trying to get into like the bigger channels using like local channels like Channel 7 and something to kind of get your name out?
Look, honestly, I think for us, although PR and you know realize that organic growth is working. Sometimes when you grow organically, it's almost better because people are responding to your experience. They're responding to your food. They're talking to people. They're telling their friends, as opposed to like marketing where it's like, oh, I keep seeing them every single week, and they're kind of like it just feels forced. So PR could be great. I'm excited to see what the marketing director does for us. As I said before, when it comes to dining, I'm almost confident that we will grow naturally like we have been. Yes, we'll do more influencer marketing when we open our third location. I think it's going to help a lot because we have something to talk about, right? Something new. But I think I'm more interested in what happens with the marketing in those other pillars because I know that there's a lot of opportunity with doing outreach to event planners, firms that need catering, so on and so
We
forth.
promote our platforms and TikTok got us a couple of big company peers.
Oh, really?
TikTok, yeah. So we don't really do TikTok often, but we do like it's been helpful. Social media person just isn't great at TikTok.
Yeah. I don't really do that much on TikTok. But yeah, I mean, for me, I'm the type of person that relies on the experts in a sense. If I hire you to do marketing, well then I'm waiting for you to tell me what our direction is. Of course, I'll tell you what overall direction we want to go about when talking about pillars, when talking about areas that we want to focus on, but I really want you to tell me how you want to execute. And so to answer your question, my goal would be to secure a investor for the next 5 locations of Temakasi. And I would like to, see how that.
One investor, or doesn't matter how many?
I guess it doesn't matter. It'd be nice to have one investor for 5 locations, so I don't have to, kind of go in many different directions. But I guess it doesn't matter that
So
much.
this is the main goal for the next 12 months.
Yes.
And what did you do last 7 days to accomplish this goal?
I think that
How many potential investors did you talk to?
0. Right. I guess a big part of being ready for that step was optimizing our company deck, our pitch deck, which we've done several weeks ago. And then, as I mentioned before, there's my network of potential investors that I can reach out to, but that's only a handful of people that are capable of that kind of investment that I know personally. But then now that we have the marketing director, I want to work with him in generating leads.
Right, absolutely right.
Yeah.
Because marketing is not only generating leads for customers.
Yeah.
It should generate leads for potential investors.
Right.
So you need somebody to bring you already people who want to talk to you.
Yeah.
And if it's your main goal, you need to spend at least a couple of hours a day talking to potential investors.
Yeah, so that's more of like, I guess you can say a year picture. I would say the more immediate goals is utilizing my marketing person to the best of his ability and what he's able to accomplish and grow the pillars. So, of course, I'd love to see sales go up. Sales have increased significantly over the last month or 2 months.
What's year to year?
Well, our second location is only open for like 8 months.
First location, March to March.
The total number?
March to March, yeah. Year
1 year.
last year March to this year March?
Oh,
What's the percentage growth?
so are you talking about last year March sales and then
Yes,
this
yes.
year's March sales?
Yes.
I tell you this year because it just happened, but I'd have to
You
look at last year.
always compare to last year the same months.
Yeah.
It's apples to apples.
Yeah,
First quarter to first quarter, second quarter to second quarter.
yeah. I would have to look and see.
But it's growing.
It's growing.
Okay, and second is also healthy growing.
Yeah. Second,
We make more babies. You have 2 baby.
Yeah.
You make
Yeah.
more. Continue to make more babies.
that's really what it's about. And you know,
You need you, investor, and manager trio.
me, investor, and manager.
And for third location.
Right. I need to grow this team, which right now is
No,
handling.
team. It's okay. Team will grow, but manager will be easy to find for the third location. So the most important is to find investor.
That's right.
For fourth, number 3 already is on the way.
Yeah.
The 9 months pregnant.
Yes.
Soon the. So now you have to conceive.
That's my-
the first one.
That's
What? That's why for a lot of men entrepreneurship is very important because that's how we feel that we're creating something.
when my second location was opening. My wife was pregnant. She's like, "Oh, you got to be around them." I said, "I'm also having a baby." Like, what are you talking about? I mean, yeah, and then I have my babysitters that are in the stores and they're watching over the kids. So like, I see it exactly like that. But
Managers, they're babysitters.
that's right. That's right.
So the restaurant is a baby and manager is a baby.
Yeah, and, I say like I have a crying baby right now. It's crying, and I have to, that's I literally use that analogy all the time. Yeah, that, and I also call myself a firefighter.
Not anymore. Not anymore.
Not anymore. Not anymore. Right.
What would be the timeline if you were to try to fund the next 5 locations on your own, or even just the next 1 location?
I mean, funding the next 5 locations is a $2 million investment that I wouldn't plan to put in myself. I've always, until this point, had raised money for the 2 locations that I have, and it's not really a consideration for me. I've given equity in order to, raise capital, which I'm happy with because I was able to maintain good equity in both at each location so far.
Should give it a shot.
Yeah.
Get that.
No, and another thing, I was talking to my manager the other day about the fire. I was like, with the firefighter thing, and I was like, we put out fires. I'm like, you're always putting out fires. I'm like, we're hoping for our systems to put out fires on their own. I don't want you to have to put out fires every single day, because then the business is always kind of under heat, whereas if we have good systems in place, then there's, okay, somebody called out sick. Here's how we operate with this many people. Right? There's an answer for every problem, and if there's an answer for every problem, then we're not putting out fires. It's already kind of the extinguisher is here. You just turn it on, right? So that's just an operations thing that we're always looking to improve. But
so, my opinion, the most important right now for you to generate leads, investors. So you have at least 1 conversation a day.
Yeah. I'm
And you would enjoy.
Oh yeah. Years ago, like 20 years ago, I had a piece of property that my family owned, and we used to sell cars on the property, and we always wanted to think about what to do with it. I wanted to open up a movie theater, like a iPix, like a dine-in movie theater. And I worked on this project for like 2 years. And I sat in rooms and with a projector and presented this plan to like so many people, and I was on this exact path where I was like trying to raise money, and I got very close. It was $20 million, and I was a kid. I was like probably 20 years old, like trying to raise 20 million in capital to open a movie theater, and I've gotten interest from a lot of people and whatever. So I have some experience with that, and I enjoyed.
Yeah,
I
I
enjoyed
know,
that a lot.
I see it. But that's the most important for you right now. You enjoy it and you're not doing it.
Correct. I need to be
Why?
doing
Because you don't know whom to speak with.
correct.
Why? Because you need somebody,
Yeah,
maybe this guy, maybe another one, assistant,
Yeah.
who will generate leads for you.
that's right. So where I'm at now, I really want to have a good system between this person and this person, and I want it to be super effective with the 7-step system. And I need help with that because I don't fully understand it. So I know the main objective is to have a daily list of actions.
You can delegate it to me.
Okay.
So Tema can come on Saturday with this guy, and I will teach them.
Both.
I mean, I can teach you and you can teach them, but I know your style. It's better for you to delegate.
Yeah.
I will teach them better than you. That's why you, I mean, and you would also listen. For you, it's very important to understand.
Yeah.
So you should be on the call and listen carefully how I'm gonna teach them.
Right.
Because
Yeah. I'm gonna try to get them on the call. Next week.
the most important is this guy is ready to every day to do it, because marketing people usually a little bit
Yeah.
too creative
Right.
to do it.
Right.
Did you talk? Did he agree to write a report every day?
No.
Oh, actually, not necessarily. She needs to write the report.
Exactly.
Yeah, he just does. He will do the work, and she will write the report.
She's excited for the daily.
You just call him
report.
manager,
Right.
but he's not a manager.
I
He's
told
just,
her, I said, look, I'm going to give you a system that's going to take a 5 to 10 minute phone call with you and him. And then you ask question this, and that. And that's it. And then, and then we'll talk about it. And she's very excited to do that.
would not be able to implement without me. I mean, it will
Okay.
be difficult. It's much that I will directly teach her.
Okay. I'll get them on the call next week.
Then, if she's gonna write this report, you will take few minutes and you will know everything.
Yeah. That's what I'm looking forward to.
But when you know everything real time, you can put few cents, your few ideas. But if you don't give information,
Yeah.
you cannot help them.
I was telling you, they had a call without me a couple of days ago, and it went nowhere. It's like they spoke for like an hour and a half, and it's like here, there, and there was no sense of direction. It was just like conversation that like just didn't go anywhere. So,
Yeah, the 7th step, it's a focus.
Yeah.
In business, the most important focus.
That's right.
It helps you to focus.
Yeah.
And don't change anything in this 7th step. Don't start with finance. Don't start with what we're gonna do. Start with yesterday. Quantity of effort, quality of effort. I will teach her.
Yeah.
Usually it takes 2-3 sessions. If she will like the system, Tema, 2-3
Sessions with you?
yes.
Okay.
2-3 times will be perfect.
Okay.
She will be perfect. Maximum. I will correct. I will explain first time.
Yeah.
Then next time she will come and 70% will be right. There will be mistakes. I will correct again. Third time and number 4, she will be perfect. It's very simple.
Do we need Jim on the call, or could we do it without him?
No, not
No,
Jim. I
that's what
forgot. I forgot that he's not a manager. He's just specialist.
He's just a specialist.
No,
That's
no,
right.
no.
So it's really about teaching her. And I was thinking that I have to learn it first so that I can teach her, and it'd be good
No.
for me to learn it. But we just bring her on, huh?
They're better at it than we are.
Okay. And if she's not available on Saturday, then can you do it with me, and then she'll watch the recording?
Yes, of
Yeah.
course.
Okay.
I pretend that you. I will teach you like I'm teaching her.
That's right.
Yes.
Okay. Can we do it now,
Now?
or is it not? I can wait. It's okay. I just
No. It's gonna take
It's gonna take time. Okay.
time. It's gonna take time.
Yes, guy in the back.
Yes.
We were talking about this in Turkey too. I'm still not clear. Should there be RAA for each one of the 7 steps, or should there be RAA in the end once you're done with the 7 steps?
No. First, you am one. You have 10 salespeople. Example. 10 employees. 10 salespeople. I am M2. What I need to get from you, report, two parts. First part of I want overall. First, I want to read overall results of your team. What you accomplished yesterday. No effort, only results. Only results. Operational, financial first, because money is the most important. Always start with the most important. So I receive report. I say yesterday the whole team sold for this amount. So financial results, and then operational results. How many phone calls? What's the conversion? Everything that it's important, but not money. But it has to be result, analysis, and action on each metric. Sales, result, analysis, action. Average check, result, analysis, action. Expenses, how much the team cost. How much you paid for the whole team yesterday. Result, analysis, action.
It's also the goal, right?
Yes. Yes. So it's 4 things. I always keep forgetting. Goal, then result, analysis, action. Goal, result, analysis. You cannot work without goal.
There's a lot of priorities at work. How do they know what topics to talk about during the meetings?
The less talk, the better. The more it's in writing, the better. That's why that's why before my responsibility as an M2 is first to decide with M1 what kind of metrics we are treating. Every metric is a patient. That's analogy. Patient, he's a doctor. Sales is a patient. So he's constantly he's a doctor. I'm a chief doctor. So we decide which metrics we are treating. So we decided sales, average check, expenses, whatever we decide, and then every day he has to write report on every metric. It's very simple. You decide. Oh, you understand, right? Yes.
Question is more not how the M1 reports to the M2, how the M1 creates the 7-step system. So, for example, there's quantity, quality, operational results, financial results. Goal, result, analysis, action for each of those steps.
Obviously.
Yeah.
Otherwise, it will. Yes. So here you understand this, right? So first, overall, okay, I'm an owner of the team. You coach of the basketball team. So first, I was not present at the game. First, I received the information what's the score? Did we win or lose? The second, I want to know how each player played. But first, I want overall picture. I always start with overall picture. Result, analysis, action. Okay, now, this is the first part of the report. Second part of the report, I want to know, you coach, you have 10 players. I want to know how each player played. So player number 1, LeBron James, his coach. What he was supposed to do, what he did. It's result. Then I want to read your analysis. Yes, this is result. I want to hear on each step. It's RAA on each step. Result, because if I only see result, yes, it's important. But I want to see what you think about this result, and that's what you're gonna do.
And all the results should be scored out of 5, or however the company decides to stay.
Yes. So goal is 100. Goal is 100, and he did 75. So analysis always starts. Analysis always starts with: is it excellent, good, bad, or terrible? 5, 4, 3, or 2. Always. Your analysis is not starting with your thoughts. You always from Z to A. Are you happy? Not happy? Is it excellent, good, bad, or terrible? So I read LeBron James result 100 was goal, 75 was fact. Analysis, it's bad, and then because, and I want to read your thought. What do you think about it? Why? This is one of the most important analysis. And when I read this analysis, then I help you to, since I'm more experienced manager, I help you to analyze deeper.
What about like inside of quantity? There could be like 5 different tasks, right? One of them is 100 dials. The other one is moving the CRM system, whatever. They do different things.
Overall quality.
These tasks and
Not too, have to have a limit. Don't go too detailed.
okay.
Quality, and the quality is good. Why not? If the quality is excellent, you can go to action. If it's quality not excellent, good, bad, or terrible, always why not excellent? You have to explain. And what you're gonna do.
Third step, hours work. There should be a goal, result, analysis, action.
Even what? Of course. How many hours he was supposed to work? 8. How many hours he worked? 5. Okay, this is just result. Management is result, analysis, and action. Result, analysis, and action. I don't want to talk to you. I want to read, because when people read, they think. They don't read. When they talk, they try to bullshit you.
When it comes to hours,
And it saves time. You might write 20 minutes and I will read it in 2 minutes. But to listen to you, you spend 20 minutes and you spend 20 minutes talking, and I spend 20 minutes reading, listening. My time worth more because I'm a higher manager. So he spends 20 minutes writing, I spend 2 minutes reading. Plus, if the company is big, the M2 can read, M3 can read, everybody can read. Yes.
when it comes to hours worked, he's supposed to work 8. He only worked 5. Are we determining that based off of what? Like he says, okay, I worked 8 hours
That's a job of
to determine.
the job of the M1.
Yeah.
To create a system. M2 might help.
Yeah.
How to know exactly. First of all, M1 usually used to do this, so he knows exactly
Right.
how much time it takes. But it's hard. He can bullshit M2,
Right.
but cannot bullshit M1 because M1 did it. In M1 knows how long it takes.
Yeah. Yeah.
Or cameras.
Yeah.
So he worked 5 hours, Ilan. I want to read what do you think about it and what you're gonna do. So I said I want to read the 7-step system. The forcing you. I creating a robot who is coaching you every day. This is a robot, automation. I was telling Wesley that maybe I told everybody. I don't remember. Everybody's talking about automation. Nobody talks about automation of management. Everybody talks about automation of on the specialist level. But 7-step is management automation. You understand this concept? So first, we as entrepreneurs, we need to automate management, and managers will. We automate management, and they will create automations there. Why we should work on automation? So the 7-step is automation. What's automation? When something works without you, the way you want. So you program, and it works the way you program. So 7-step is a program. You just install the program, and it's a management. It's everything in this simple system. Everything, effort, result, analysis, what to do next, on everything, on financial, on operational, on effort, on quality, on quantity, on everything. It's like full body massage. It's everything, and it's automation. You just have to install it.
Yeah.
Everybody usually against this. They don't want automation, but employees always against automation because it eliminates waste. But we want to decrease cost
And increase efficiency.
and increase efficiency and consistency. So we always want automation. So entrepreneurs always for the progress, for creating robots and automation, and employees is always crying and complaining that we're going to be out of work. So management automation is the most important.
And it allows you to manage your managers, right? Because having a manager is one thing, but then managing your managers is another step that you'd want to, right? Yeah.
Another thing, again, 1, 2, 3, 4. Specialist, M1, M2, M3. Always, I recommend you, always try to go as fast as possible higher. To build the organization as fast as possible, so you stop being specialist. When we begin the business, we specialist, owner, founder, everything. As soon as possible, you have to stop being a specialist, become M1. As soon as possible, stop being M1, become M2. As soon as possible, stop being M2, and this is the goal. As soon as possible to become M3, because this is the most natural for entrepreneur, not to be M2 even. Because I'll explain why. This is doing things. Entrepreneur hate doing himself. That's why he became entrepreneur, to create. M1 is managing specialists. Specialists usually they're like a babies,
Right.
and this like a babysitter in kindergarten. Typical entrepreneur hate being a babysitter in kindergarten.
it gave me anxiety when I was doing it. I remember I was like,
Yeah, that's why most of most of the entrepreneurs they start business because they love business, but they start hating business because they don't understand this. Because natural state of entrepreneur is M3 and then M4, but this is the big company with already 1,000 people and more.
I was gonna say, in order to get to M3, you need money.
Yes. So you need you need to generate cash flow always and properly invest this cash flow, not in buying something, in buying M1s and M2. Investing in the proper structure, organizational structure. That's what you need to do. When you go to the M3 level, you have already big business and you become happy because this is the natural, this is the level of strategy. This is operation. This is management of operation. This is M2 is already 80% strategy and 20% operation. Here is 100% strategy. Strategy is the most important. Strategy is what we sell, where we sell, how fast we are scaling. All the questions that all entrepreneurs like to discuss. What's the pricing? Where to? How fast we should scale? Where to find investors? That's M3 level. But you can only be on the M3 level and have a peace of mind if this is working. Without you, automation works without you. Just read every day and see that everything is the way it's supposed to be. They're all following the process. Business process, everybody talk about business process on the kitchen with employees, but nobody talks about the business process on the management business process. So we know that the chef should come at work at 9 o'clock do this, 9:15 do this. This is the process. But why nobody is doing the same process for M1? He's also employee, and also who should come to work 9 o'clock and do first step, result analysis section. Second step, result analysis section for each member of his team. His job is not to do, his job is to manage. And why we need M2? Because it's not most natural for you. You created the business to make a lot of money and be happy. Both, not only money. So you only can be happy on this level, truly happy, M3 and higher.
That's a fact.
So the perfect is when you have good M1, you have a kindergarten, you have a babysitter, and you have a director of the kindergarten, and you above. No, but you're not the director of kindergarten. You have a hospital. You have patients. Patients is, let's say, patients. You have doctors, and you have a chief doctor.
Yeah.
And you the owner of the hospital. Yeah. You can only be a happy owner if you have a chief doctor, doctors. If you have doctors and you don't have chief doctors, you cannot be happy. It's not your role to be a chief doctor.
Yeah. M3 gives you your time back. M2 is, as you said, the director of the school. She's still sitting in the school.
Yes, it's still operation. It's still salary. It's still process. It still must read every report. Must do feedback. It's M3. No, it's freedom. No business processes. It's absolute freedom. You like a bird. You're just flying and watching and thinking and learning and reading. The job of M3 should be 5-6 hours a day to read, to learn. Create idea, you tell them to, and they start implement. Like this is the best ROI of M3. The ideas on the communications like that, and then you write them and they do it. This is strategy 100%. This is strategy 80%. What strategy is what to do. So M1 is 80% operation, 20% he's thinking what to do. Why? Because he has this guy, chief doctor, who's always corrects him if something is strategically not right, if they're doing something wrong. And then you have M3, who also can correct strategically, but only strategically. But as long as, so the entrepreneurs, founders, they need to learn management in order not to be managers. Learn management not to be managers. Learn, deeply understand this, not to be a manager. Because if you don't deeply understand, able to create, and without this foundation, the business will not grow. Because business needs excellent operation and excellent strategy. But you have to be in strategy and operation has to be excellent. So you need to automate. If you don't automate, you do it manually. So you always, instead of flying all the time and learning and consuming, watching podcasts, meeting people, reading, watching numbers, trying to create new ideas, and instead of doing this, you all the time need to go to operation. This is not happy zone for entrepreneur. If it's a happy zone for entrepreneur, it's very suspicious. Something is wrong with entrepreneur, not healthy. This guy doesn't want to work and wants to strategy. This is not healthy. These people, they supposed to enjoy, do things.
These people will do their job better than you could. That's what I realized is that, back when I didn't have this and this and I had to do it myself, every task was a difficult one. I always had to talk to the employee, talk to this one, fire this one. Now I get to kind of just tell top person, and it's easy for me because all I have to do is just say it, as opposed to before I had to do it, and that was hard. Right. And so maybe you hesitate at that point. Should I do it? Should I not? But the beauty of getting into M3 is that everything you want to execute is just verbal. And you just and that's a very good place because
It's creativity level.
yeah.
You just wanna come up with the
Yeah.
idea, like a writer, like a composer. You're always in this state to catch this, what to do.
Yeah. Without the task of actually doing it.
Yeah, and you have great executors. You throw them ideas.
Yeah, it's like you're using, LeBron James as an example. The coach tells LeBron what to do. The coach can't dunk the ball. LeBron can do it better than, right? That's like, so it works.
But coach has to analyze.
Right. You have to watch tape.
Okay. Thank you.
Thank you.